right.
So we open the parliament, we say peace.
Peace.
You know, I know it's about, implications. I'm probably reiterating this bill, periodically throughout the day. And you know, y'all know me, I'm God Elisha, but we have the God Rasheen, and we have a law of mathematics. Rasheen is our video history recorder. And then peace me. And then we have the law of mathematics. Okay, now in the parliament, we had the parliament meeting. Yeah, we had the parliament. Yeah, the bill.
Brother.
Yeah, so we need to be mindful, you know, that you're getting up here. We'll get back to that in a minute. Parliament starts at 2 o'clock. We have a list here. I just need to reiterate some moves here. I know I'm speaking to a virtual audience and maybe a handful of people, if they're here, but again, I'm going to reiterate. So, a parliament again, 3 things happen at a parliament, right? Right now, it's 2 o'clock. We're going to teach, communication, and we're talking about nation business. Nation business, we're talking commerce, transactions, you know, whatever progress that we have, right? Another thing too, if you can, man, please keep your phone when you're on vibrate. You know, I'm not telling you, I'm just saying you need to be on the phone, but this is be mindful of that. You know, this is about etiquette. You know, today mathematics is not of God. Right? It's important, and again, peace with virtual audience. You know, because we're in the 21st century. Although our goal is to make sure that these seats is filled. That's the goal, to get them in these seats, right? But we also have to understand that we're in the age of technology, right? And that we use, you know, apparatuses to record and to utilize, our video and etc. It's important that we understand, man. I'm not telling nobody they can't be passionate about getting up here and building, right? But we need to be mindful of who we're talking to here, right? Even a handful of men I see in here now, we're taught that we have supreme intelligence, so our wisdom should be supreme as well. Again, be passionate, about what you got to say here. But the last few parliaments, man, we have to tighten that up a little bit, man. We get up here, man, and then we lose it. Yes. The greatest curse is those who lack the knowledge of self. But that doesn't mean, nor does it justify that I utilize words that are intelligent also. I mean, there's a time and place for everything. That's the science of it. But today, mathematics is knowledge of God. What is the meaning of civilization? We have the knowledge of understanding culture and refinement, and not establishment to that. Right? I teach classes on Saturdays at the law school. Right? So, I'm a stickler for the basics. Again, I'm looking at men in this room who I see a lot of men here. I know that at any one subject, I can call upon you, and I'm sure you can engage me. Right? But then there are a host of people that equally know that, but then they haven't internalized any knowledge or wisdom, so my behavior is contrast to what I know. And that only comes from you just retain knowledge. You didn't internalize. And that's important, because people need to see and hear. Now, once again, I've had people tell me, yo, God, we're not a religion. We sure ain't, but we intelligent, we righteous. That accounts for a lot here. And I can't assume, because I'm speaking to you, right, that you readily know what I'm saying. Because they recognize knowledge of God, and knowledge of God will destroy. That's right. But then you have people that may not understand what you're talking about. Because again, we're on here virtually. And in the audience, what do you mean by knowledge of God? Right? How is it born to build and destroy? Right? Simply, we know Almighty God first came and empowered us with the knowledge and taught us, well, actually he taught the young men back in the 60s. And he empowered them. And they taught who the true living God is. Those are his 5%. And then they would empower and commission to teach. And that's what we're doing now. That's why we're here. But what we was taught also, right? Because I knowledge God too. Ain't just a queen. I had the knowledge of God. I was attracted to, first of all, I'm sorry. I'm wearing my hat now because as a youth, that's how my father said, boy, he acted. Oh, is that a camera? Is that a God? Is that so-and-so? Like the way, I like the refinement how God looks. Right? And then I seen how this knowledge readily impact my routine. They got about to dust themselves off, put some shoes and sneakers on, and then all kinds of stuff, man. I said, man, let me see. In fact, this is how God is responsible for that. In the know. But in the interim me getting knowledge, like the rest of you, we were taught the meaning of civilization. You can't tell me nothing about the duty without knowing the meaning. See? Because mathematics, mathematics is not God. And God empowered us with what? The knowledge. He empowered us with understanding that, listen, man, look, you have to know what this is about first. Then you can perform the duty. Right? Because mathematics is the key to unlock the door to these lessons. Because yes, he went back into the mouth. I was saying yesterday in class that he took these lost and found lessons and he fashioned them to accommodate what he was teaching. Because one of the root premises of the 5% is that we knowledge before we live. We don't live before we knowledge. We used to say back in the day that was how we were able to differentiate the God from the Muslim. The NOI back then. Because I'm not just focusing on running off what he said. Everything is subjective to showing the proof. Right? So, in that, we're taught God and the science, under the meaning of civilization. And I come back to building about that because it's important, God, because when our presentation isn't right and exact, that also assists in running people from among us. Right? Now, let me cut right to the chase, man. I'm not doing it specific, y'all were there. Good parliament, up until a certain point, it got a little gray. It got a little gray, right? Because again, we become overzealous about what we're saying here. And you have to remember, when you speak, I'm not telling you don't hide the truth, but I gotta, again, I'm not gonna soak your intelligence. You know what I mean? By using curse words. I'm kidding about your bill can be something I may not specifically take interest in, but I'm going to respect it. Because what's prerequisite in acquiring now is listening and respecting. I was taught, I recently, God told me, he said, God, sometimes let some people speak. So you can hear what's being said. Let me explain something to you. I'm going to say this. Don't jump out the gym, especially us in here. They're going to throw rocks at you because you're righteous. Make no mistake about that.
Say that again, please.
They're going to throw rocks at you because you're righteous.
Your own family.
Look, my brother right here. Never forget that one at the Mecca mission. Good paper. Everybody monopolize no truth or no apparatus or nothing in here. That people want to throw rocks at him because this is what I wanted to do. Instead of, and that's not coming let me see, let me go walk to the garden. And then go, what are you doing? You know, how's this going? You know, I'm not being objective here. So I'm not coming from a right perspective. But make no mistake, they're going to throw rocks at you, man, because you're right. Exactly. Absolutely. I remember, again, you talk about knowledge God, knowledge Bill, you know, knowledge born. Right? If I still have to let the woman see what must be done. You still have to let the woman do it. You still have to confront you to be a punishment. She was out to beat birth 18, and she was chapter 12, verse 47. I said, we got to show God now that one man can do it. One man can do it. Right? A single man down one man. My favorite, St. Luke chapter 12, verse 47. And that servant who knew the Lord's will and declared not himself, neither go home to will, shall be beaten with many stripes. Now again, this ain't a testimony. You know, I'm not up here crying without well, I look at Nick when I was born, that I made a transformation in my life for many years now. But I remember, see, 120 is a map. The first word to that degree is if. If means something that's not absolute. So you knew the meaning, had the duty, and you still going to jail with duty? Like, what part of the game is that? What aren't you getting? And then once again, when I became sick and tired of doing that, right? Because again, now it's God. That's the day now for matters. Right?
Right.
I had to eternalize information. Right? But you got all this information, but you ain't internalized. And then one of the first things I had to look at, well, what is it you got? Why is it unique out here? And it's our voice. Right? And the God here. Why are they out here maintaining and you're not? What are they doing that you're not doing? Right? You talking about love, that was right. Give me a break. You know what I mean? So I needed to utilize this information, right, to take a better transformation, right? And I keep saying that. I appreciate that. Because you listen, we got brothers here, there's no science. But see, wisdom is the way. How I'm making this truth manifest. I'm not telling you you can't get up here and take my backside in front of this rally. But be wise about it. You ain't got to call me a bunch of MFs and all this, and nigga, you ain't, come on now. You're talking to the world. How do you give me gutter explanation and you have supreme knowledge, wisdom, and understanding? You know, you can't, go back to the dictionary then. Or don't get up here. See, once again, the problem is the universal universal basis, is the universal gathering of the God and the earth, the lost 5%. We're coming together to do three things. We're coming to teach communication. By communication, let me introduce myself, because not everybody will be from now. I'm coming from Ohio, I'm coming from New Jersey, I'm coming and you communicating, introducing yourself, and nation business. Business, in this case, we're talking about commerce, finance, progress. Because right now, this is business. Right? But we're talking about that specifically. Because I had somebody tell me at the half party, you know, I said, okay, you know, he did George Jefferson to me. Yeah, you know, the nation business starts at 2 o'clock, why do you have to get to 5? I said, okay. Okay, George, so let me hit you this. So, business specifically, we're talking about those things. We're always about teaching. We're always in the business of doing that.
Yeah.
You know, and teaching is not just verbatimly, means just that people going to see. My favorite, again, mathematics, is light travel 186,000 miles per second. Sound travel at the rate of 1,120 feet per second. Light travel faster than sound. I mean, I'm going to see you before I hear you. I saw you across the street. Now you come to me. It happened to me, everybody. I got to go to nobody else. Yeah, but that was peace. I like what you said, man. But no, man, your actions don't match your words. It don't. Right. And then I had to hear that, especially from my family, the nation. Right? So I said, let me stop. Let me do what you're doing. And my motto to move on is, again, the reason why I'm not successful is because I wasn't handling successful. I'm in the justice here, his feet couldn't even touch the floor, and he can wholesale. Always. We get my legal hustle. Got hats, got scars, got this, got that, because food, I got this. He works hard, I don't know, she's doing that, you know. See, but I wasn't getting with him. And I'm gonna get, Slip Willie over here. And every time Justice went home, I went up north. Same with any other dog, right? They going through Maine or something, they keeping their hands up. Divine, there you go. Give it back too. I ain't gonna blow you up though, but got your life together. Was with this messenger company for so long, I was surprised they didn't give the man the company. And he seen this coming because me and my brother. Let me get a job, brother, as a messenger. And man, work is good, right? But the caliber of work, I can only do messenger work because my skills are limited. I talk good, I do. But when you ask me, what can you do? I was lost. Because I couldn't do, I haven't trained, I haven't skill. I said, you too violent real quick. Come on, man. Didn't you say you were the God? Right? You know what I mean? So I said, man, what are they doing? Peace, be a lot, man. Peace. Right? So again, the science is being among the successful. That's my bill. That's part of the bill. Right? But again, we're at this problem. This is our national platform. Whether it's crowded or not, this is your national platform. Three things need to happen. The teaching, right? I'm not saying when you correct someone, that's teaching too. So I'm not saying you can't get up here and do that either. But here's what I am saying, right? What we're not going to do is get up here, right? And then we go compound a problem with no issue, with no solution. Oh, and you need to know, again, this bill, when you sign in there, you want to speak, sign in, peace, but you sign in, right? Sign in? Yeah. Okay, no problem, sit down, this bill, I'm in your building, sign in, what you going to talk about. Yeah, please do that. Right? I know we're going to have some people, I know, they're going to say, I ain't asked you. I said this last parliament, and no sooner than I say that, a few hours later, you do gray hair and get it. Throw some water. No problem. But we need to be mindful. And you need to understand protocols and rules and regulations. It's nation too. This is not about getting up here, okay, this is my girl left me, and I'm not telling you, we crying blues, man. We got bars and earths that traverse many waters and went through a lot of stuff. Go build with them and deal with that. Again, why? Because again, we got we got the video here and the recorded here. Peace up, man. Better, so when I'm saying that God is better, you can hear out of science there, sure. People get up in and deal with this, what, that, whatever. But my thing is, see, knowledge is the foundation and wisdom is the way. So I get the rudiments of this business. You can't tell me about equals MC squared if you can't give me the fact. You can't tell me what 1 + 1 is. You will tell me about the theory of relativity. But you can't give me the actual foundation science to that. That's why a 5%er to this day is stickler about knowing your lessons. See, knowing, not just quoting them, knowing them. See, I learned that thing. And then I had to unlearn a lot of things too. I had some information that was straight trash. Okay, I'm bumping into pieces. In fact, I'll give you a little laugh here. I told God this class, he was coming up, you know, get all here right now, I was put him on laugh, that one too. The fifth degree in implementation is, or some kind of person, so it's my own, I know, 29, so, quite naturally, you would want to prove this by numerically going to calculation, not me. Guess what I said? Okay, wait. The father passed away in 1969 at the age of 4, and he had 3 sons. A along, B along, C. And I threw my chick up. I did George Jefferson. I threw my people tell me nothing. And people, it's the same. People were baffled by the whole BS. I didn't dabble in my feelings. Until I ran the court. Oh, God said, what you said? God said, ask me something. What you said? Yeah, I scared God to know. His mom went back to 1969. He was 4 years old before she was born. I had nothing to do with it. You sound like baffled me like that. I'm surprised we didn't stomp you out. Right? And then, you know, I had to unlearn. I did a lot of craziness I had to unlearn. You know, when you exercise and go to mental gymnastics, a lot of things I had to unlearn. You know, that might have been some of the reasons why I wasn't internalizing some of the things too. The information you had was faulty. Right? But again, the one thing I did, and I'm going to definitely see, you told me shut up, being cold, right? That educated. Because see, after that, to me do the other side, when he did that, he also walked me around the block. So why he did that? Because that's disrespect. See? But as soon as they crash, you taught that back in the day. Right? You taught your lesson, but you was taught that also. You knew, okay, that God building, don't shut up until he's done. Next.
You got it.
All that coming in the cycle, or your people don't no. I'm gonna call back. Right, come here for a minute. Right? Because we're interrupting the cycle. You got some of the basics, you got to wait here too. I'm walking around, me walking around telling people, please come inside. Ain't no problem, this ain't church, I'm not telling you can't go outside and be with your people. Last month I told you about this. You came from West Guam, and from the time the Parliament started until it concluded, you was outside. So, and I knew the reply was going to be, and 4 to 5. Okay, here you go. What was said from 2 to the time that he concluded? What happened? What took place? Other than what someone told you couldn't give it to you. If you want to hang out, peace to that too, God. But you could have went to his house and did that. We're coming here to take care of business. Peace to you, God. In period. Come up here, man. You ain't the only one to plan. I have an idea. I'm giving it up, but I get peace, God. You know what I mean? You don't look at it, I'm presenting my idea to yours. This is a platform forward. What do you think? Gotta have tough skin. You know, because sometimes I've been told, you got peace. What do you mean? Because what you're telling me is your idea has something to do with the nation as a whole. Peace to that. But I've been told that. So God, that's nice. But not today. And let me show you why. Right? And see, sometimes their lives are a problem too. I can't take them. Like I take the head. Yeah, God, I like that. You know what I mean? You tell me, should we, yo, God, no, God, let me show and prove why this is X, Y, Z. I still can't stomach that. See? You know, that tells me not about the knowledge of who you are. Right? And we're here as a nation to build. And we're doing that. We're doing that. I was saying, I'm going to bring it up, it's going to be example. Once again, they're going to throw out to you born justice, born black, everybody in this moment right now. As long as you, and like I said again, you don't have to be on top of a committee. Or you deal with the infrastructure of the school. Once again, it's what you do. Just be a good 5%. And even in that, rocks will get thrown at you. So I don't, and what I mean by that is that that's that boil of a duck back. Right? That's called dialectical definition. When I define what a thing is, I also define the opposite. The reason why there's a lot of hype and rocks fall is because people see the momentum of the bill. Like the day not the matter.
Right on the
Not at all.
The world to hear this.
That manifest build or destroy. Right? So people are going to see that, and they see the clean glass against the dirt. So again, at this problem is to build on freedom. Articulation is important here. Articulation means, let me make my point clear. Don't assume, because I'm looking at the faces, I'm not going to assume that, I can easily go and talk about, now the bill won't, yeah, okay, that's nice, you took the words and now forgot, but then you lost everybody. And your bill is needed now. In fact, some people, surprise me about what we're talking about. Right? And that runs people out. There was a time we didn't have. This is important. You sign in. I don't care who you walk with. You're going to sign in. How you think you can fight? We came to. We say that. I'm trying to the church. Okay, no problem. No problem. They be recording that. They be recording that. Because listen to this. There was a time we didn't have that. Listen to this one. Paradoxically so, meaning that on the other hand, we didn't have that. It was, in some instances, who spoke the loudest. Right? But one thing, there was a lot of magnetic in here. There's a lot of magnetic. Some people, I'm not getting to it. I know if I get up there right now, ooh, say this nonsense I had in my head, I ain't gonna go. Let me put this bad day song real quick before I get up there. But because we civilized people, and we understood, that there was issues with that, let's implement some rules here. And the reason I spoke loudly and passionately, because you have people, that's my bill. Basic rules and regulations and the foundation. We was talking about Yahoo and how many ounces of brain this culture seed or this last human family had in his brain. Or we had the parliament. How are you telling me that? How are you delivering it? You know what I mean? Because that's important. Presentation. Light travels faster than sound. People say, I don't want to come to that, and we don't want that. So, listen, and again, I'm not here to browse. I'm here to assist in adding on and making sure that we understand, the rules and what's important here. But some people don't know. Just get up here. Sometimes you got to, we protecting our minds and we protecting our bodies. We protect our bodies. That's why some people say in Parliament, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm not getting that. And then when we get up here and tell you, don't get upset. You're not making yourself clear, especially if you verbally see that there's several people telling you that. Again, reiterate, a problem is the universal gathering of the gods on the earth, the gods 5%. And we're here to do 3 things. You're here to teach, right? Introduce yourself, because knowledge needs to know. And then we deal with nation business. Once again, nation business, yes, we in the business of teaching. But we're not negating commerce progress, and transaction and finance, and ideas that other people, well, let me sign this information business, look, I'm gonna speak out to you, shop on, because I want to tell people about this idea I have about doing that. So I'll make that piece, God. But there's an order, right? And yes, Allah took us off the clock. No, we ain't on the clock. But his was did to slave. Just want to go there, right? He talking about respect. The next man or woman might need to get up here and want to live. So give them that opportunity. So myself and me are here, and we just want to make sure, and others as well, right? We're here to ensure, man, that we have a good problem, right? And one of the men is bringing people here, God. Bringing people here, God. And then our presentation is that. I'm going to say peace, whoever's next. Peace, you're being.
Hey!
You do that now. So
Hey!
You realize this is the last part of this book.
what's your name, God, man?
Yeah, I can do that.
No, what's your name, God?
My name is Usa.
His name is what?
And if you don't understand what that means, it's Father, unique, supreme, Allah. That's what it means. Which is whatever that was. Right now, I would like to open up the department of those on shop, open up the department. I want to open up the department with something that I have discovered online. Actually, these I have to link to it. Everybody can take a look at it. I will go back and put it up on the screen because we need that.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear this now?
Yeah, what did you say?
All right, this is mic on?
Yeah. Just got to turn it on the top.
Once again, peace.
Hey!
Online, I've been doing a lot of online research. And there's an advertisement that's being placed on TV right now about the prefab houses that they have. And they have come and they have put it up for you. They can have it. Because this morning, I was in the car with my brother for justice, and it was crazy. Something happened this morning that they were saying that there was not going to be a car, which was crazy. If we pay for it, we show you the signs, we don't need no calls talking about, oh, it's no problem if y'all guys ain't doing the job. We're doing our job. We're doing our job. We're on it. A lot of times, like this morning, another thing, that incident that happened, that I'm not going to speak on, but this brother been coming around me for months and years and days so far, and I didn't know what he was accused of. But then I'm not going to get into that, but he's out of here.
Okay.
All right? Today is God. And for some reason, me and my brother, Lord Justice, gets all the information. I'm not going to go into details about it because it's not really a big deal. I know an earth named Wisdom Understanding. How many people do it? Everybody who knew Wisdom Understanding got up, not at this stage, but when we were at Harriet Tubman, and said that before you approach another man's earth, go to God first. Now I'm going to give you a little jewel that happened with me with Mecca. I dealt with Mecca, but before I dealt with Mecca, I asked Najee, was it okay? Guess what the God said to me? She gonna always be my earth. I didn't understand it then. So now I understand it. She goes, as long as that God is dealing with, is in her surroundings, and it ain't finished, she gonna always return back to that God. Because if you look at today's queen, before the queen can see that she's a queen, what she have to do? All right? And then, after she do that, and you add it up, what can she do? Build or destroy. Build or destroy. Don't leave that out. She can build or destroy. So if you don't really do your job or put your work in, guess what's going to happen? She's going to be a destroyer. Totally. That means that includes your babies, whatever else is coming out of that. If you don't stay on your job and you leave that earth to go and she's not knowledgeable. You can tell when she's not knowledgeable because she got a lot of mouth. A lot of mouth. She's going to be speaking back to you. And ain't nothing wrong with that as long as it's right and exact. When she asks you questions, why you God? See, so, again, knowledge is God. So whatever that's going on with people doing that kind of thing, go speak to the God first, because you're going to find out some stuff that probably you didn't even think was going on. And I know whenever I have a herb, or when I do get a herb, because it's very hard to get them to stay just and true. Back in the days, one time it was mentioned that the earth was a little close to the devil. No, I'm not going to let me not go there. It was said. But now, I'm just opening up. The next week can come on, but I just wanted to put that in here. Peace. Hey. Who's next?
My topic today is basically going to be about supreme mathematics, knowledge of God. However, it's going to be a little different because a lot of us don't really know how to knowledge God. You know, or don't even know the significance of it. It's easy to quote supreme mathematics, but you got to live this mathematics out. See, the knowledge of God gives you the power to build or destroy. See what I'm saying? And this knowledge that we got, it can destroy you. Look around. You see a lot of brothers and sisters alike is destroying them because the things that they're into. They're using it for the wrong thing. This is a powerful knowledge. I take it back to when I was young, at heart, you know what I'm saying? I maybe like 13 or 14. I used to go around and tell the people, I'm God. The black man is God. That one statement is so powerful that you just can't say that without showing and proof that. You really have to show and prove that. Because guess what? People are going to ask you. And remember, their concept of God is different from ours. Alright? They believe in the mystery God. Some believe in idols. You got to be able to tell them, why are you the true and living God? And what makes you God? That used to be one of our famous questions back in the day. Yo, God, what makes you God? Some brothers, nothing makes me God. I'm simply God because I'm God by nature. And stuff like that. But see, when you do the knowledge to somebody, again, that's why today knowledge is about. You do the knowledge to somebody, what do? We look at their characteristics. I don't give a damn what you say out your mouth. You know, because a lot of people say a whole lot of things and go contrary to what their wisdom is saying. See, that's why you got to get knowledge first, then the wisdom to get you an understanding. And once you get that understanding, then you complete within yourself. It's like, where God going with this? I'm going with this because there's a lot of events and things that have been happening, you know, that you might not be aware of. You know, and I'm going to touch on it. I'm going to speak on it a little bit. I'm not going to go into detail. You know, like brothers going to blows or hitting one another and fighting. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. If you got a problem with a brother, how I got it from the firstborn, how I got it from Bobby, Law, and the rest of them, my educator, you know what I'm saying? The first one had blow to blow, you whoop his fucking ass. Alright? That's how that goes. And like God said, we do have laws, rules, and regulations in this nation. However, what's stopping that is this buddy system that's going on. buddy system. Because you knew somebody for knowledge type of years, or wisdom type of years, or something like that. You know, you taking up them, or if you was in injustice with them, you know what I'm saying? That's your master law now. Or if you knew him from the dead world, and y'all was getting high or whatever, and you still getting high, you know, caught up at 6, you want to take up for him. But guess what? If somebody is fucking wrong, excuse my language, that's just how I feel. If somebody fucking wrong, they wrong.
man.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it gotta be. Because we can't move forward. Everybody talking about we want to move forward. You can't move forward like that. You definitely can. And that can cause turmoil in this nation, whether you know it or not. Actually, it can even cause a civil war in this nation. I'm gonna say it again, it can cause a civil war in this nation. Y'all seen the picture before. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not gonna get into detail because most of y'all was here and y'all should know. But y'all seen that picture before. Our nation was divided. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna touch a little base on it. Colleen, firstborn prince. Y'all remember how it was, and it's still like that to the day. Some brothers is like that. You know? And you shouldn't take a side. The side that you should be taking, there it is, it's the truth. And guess what? There's 3 sides to the truth. That God's side, and the truth. And the truth is absolute. Yep. And the truth don't take no pity on nobody, takes no feelings. You can wear your sleeves, the emotions on your sleeves. You can do all that, but the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? And like the law said, I was told me, son, if the truth don't stop them, nothing will. Right? There you go. For real, if the truth don't stop them, nothing will. So that's why I'm up there speaking the truth. And letting it be heard, you know, worldwide. It's just certain things that we just cannot be doing. Now, another thing, you know, it was brought to my attention about committees and stuff that brothers want to set up and sisters alike. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. We can do that, but what you need to understand, we're a nation. Not no one brother, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 brothers to come up with an idea and just say, hey, this is it, without us knowing what's going on. And nominate people. Wow, how ironic. Maybe just walked in. Peace. Just walked in. Well, I'm about to touch on that. Just walked in. Yeah, that's what I'm always going. Just walked in. Like I said, dealing with the committees and stuff. And like I said, the nation divided. And wow, you see how powerful my Mecca is? I just was about to speak his name. I know that. He just walked in here. That's magnificent right there, you know? Now, since beloved here, I'm going to get right to it. God, since you're here, I ain't just talking directly to you, I'm talking to the whole public. But since you're here, you know, there's a lot of citizens of this nation, including myself, we really need you to get up there and warn the science about your past history, dealing with our nation, building projects, finances, and stuff like that, because we want to know. Not one person. We really want to know what's going on about the land and stuff that was given and what happened to funds. We really need to know this before, you know, because a lot of people are saying that they don't want to, you know, back the committee because of that reason, because you want it. Y'all know me. I don't give a fuck University King. I keep it thoroughly to the truth, 100. Whatever way you want to do it, what's up, whatever, that's it. And God, you need to do that. You really need to do that. No, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about past history. Let me refresh your memory. 2007, all right? You in the law beat. My big brother Dumar was up here for hours going in. was up there for hours. That was an Harry Tucker joke. He was going there for hours. Do you remember what you did? No, do you remember what you did? He was going in so hard, telling you, y'all wanted to build that 7-story building and stuff. He was going in so hard with his build, you was sitting like right there with the guard up. You got up and left and put your head in. It's on video. It's on video. So this is the time I'm talking about. And we need you to get up here, God, and make knowledge born as why certain things happen. So we can go forward. We all want to go forward. Yeah, the idea is easy. But we need clarity on everything. We need clarity. No,
we got a list.
It's order, God. It's order.
Yeah, sound your name.
It's order.
No, I'm saying.
Nah, it's order. You know what I'm saying? I was going to do this when you wasn't here. You just happened to come in. It's order, you know. And another thing, I want y'all to understand this. This is very clear. All right? When I say this is very clear. Anybody that's on any of these committees, I don't care if you're homeboy or well. And if you got a drug habit, or if you're using any type of narcotics, we don't want you up there. You're not leading us to hell. Straight like that. We can't have you in front of city council members scratching your nose, nodding, or doing whatever. And that's just what it is. It don't matter how long I've known you. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? To master anything, you must leave it alone. Even yourself, if you're a danger to yourself. You know, because as soon as I walked in the parliament, I didn't even get a chance to really come in. I was pulled into a classroom, told about all this stuff. Even though I knew it. Because some people was caught up in 6, and have been caught up in 6. Even the ones that was around the law. Some of you been doing all this stuff since the law was here, and you're still doing it. You know what I'm saying? You're still doing a lot of stuff. What you think, how you think the inside of your physical composition is? Huh? Huh? I don't care if you don't like it. Word up. And he told a lot of people, don't touch dope, don't use dope. But what you do, you still do. But I'm the dog, nobody can tell me nothing, right? It was mentioned, I heard my brother mention it, and I always say, how long you gonna run through the cycle of hell to come out right? Huh? How long you gonna be doing? I don't want to take back again. I said, some of y'all was doing what you're doing since the time of the law. And you still doing it. But you the God, though. You need to really think about it. That's why I keep repeating it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they your peers, and they ain't gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? Some of them is my peers. But that's why a lot of things happen in this nation. If you think about a lot of our brothers and sisters that return home, that had a lot to do with it. Huh? Am I lying? You know what I'm saying? That had a lot to do with it. So, if that happens to your brother or your sister, what the hell do you think gonna happen to you eventually? Because you ain't mastering it, it's mastering you. It's mastering you. It ain't nothing wrong if you need some help. That's what we're here for. You might need help. You really might need some help. There's places for you to go and stuff like that if you want help. I'm not saying no name because the individual not here, but you know, the last parliament, yo God, I need Justice Dollar. For what? That's exactly where I said it. For what? You know, he couldn't tell me, but I knew what it was for. Said, nah, I'd rather give my money to a younger brother that's like 19 to 30 years old that got babies and might need Pampers or something like that. That's the way you gotta think. That's our future, man. That's our future. We ain't even gonna be here. So you gotta prepare the young. You gotta prepare the young. And you gotta stay close-knit to whatever community you in. I don't need to be going to your community and over here you say on site, but when I get to your community, they talk about, yo, what up, my nigga? And all kind of stuff like that. Yo, what's going on and stuff? You know what I'm saying? Be real. Coming up, one of the lessons in the right-hand corner, they used to say a phrase when I got this knowledge, all the way back then. They used to say, the Lord of all worlds. Okay? What do that mean? The Lord of all worlds. That means, you know, as Chi told me, Chi mathematics, the firstborn of Medina, that means, okay, like he said, Allah said to him, son, you got to be able to go in all worlds and come out and remain the same, but teach. So, don't think that you would go into one of these worlds, especially the world of the devil and six. And it exists of everything, because I was even caught up in it. It exists of crime, murder, rule of law, power. Matter of fact, before I came, your justice scored a brother out there because of some of that type of science. Everything is real. This is not a game. What is the meaning of civilization? Thank you. The last part is it. Not a savage in the pursuit of happiness. What do you think you are if you keep doing these things over and over again? Not to mention, that's insanity too. If you're doing the same thing over and over, think you're going to get different results. Yeah, man, I just wanted you to understand that. And with that, I'm going to say peace.
Hey!
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Hey!
Peace.
Peace.
First will come out quickly, and then come out you have positive situations going on in here, you don't see too many negative information spreads, brothers come out like flies. They come up like flies for negativity quickly, they come out for positive. And that's one of the problems that we have. We got to get our brotherhood back. We got to understand that respect is due. My parents told me a long time ago, respect is due even to a dog. If you play with a dog, he'll bite you. Simple as that. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And we got to get back to learning how to respect each other. We don't talk to each other any kind of way. First of all, ain't no girls in there. There's a few ladies, all crazy. But we all men. Man means intelligent. Black man means dominant intelligence. When you're going to dominate with your intelligence. You're going to use your mind and see where you have to be. We know what we have. Like God said, we get old, man. We ain't got time to be playing baby games as grown men. We're grown men. We ain't got to put no camp on us in there. White people still wearing diapers. They still thinking like babies. You know what I mean? Disrespect each other in all fields. A man ain't going to take nobody disrespect. I know I am not going to at all. You're going to talk to me the way I talk to you. And you can't take nothing from me that you never gave me. And nobody gave me this now. I chose this for myself. So even if you say you don't want me to come amongst you, that's not going to stop me from lying. You know what I mean? But I don't mean, I say that, don't misunderstand me. That don't mean go out there and do all the negative shit. It's going to catch up with you. What comes around, goes around. My brother got some beautiful science just now. When we hear it, but some of us don't really hear it. It comes in and it registers and then it goes right back out. Because right after you finish it, you're going to do the same thing. So my main thing is to make sure we get it to them papers. Because that's what we need to get it to. Because grown men going to still do what they got to do. Anyway. You know what I mean? You got to choose your path. You can't be right and then be wrong at the same time. Either you wrong or you right. Don't be easily led in the wrong direction and hard to be led in the right. And people choose that because that's the easy route. I don't have to explain nothing to nobody. Being stupid. Nobody gonna ask me nothing because I'm dumb. But when I say I'm a wise man, you got a lot of questions. You're gonna ask questions and you entitled. But if you tell me to show and prove who I am, travel with me. And I bet you ain't nobody in here to say anything negative about how I move. That's how you show and prove you got. Not through
your mouth. If you can talk. We got a lot of good talkers. A lot of brothers that know how to express themselves well through words. But when you action, where's your proof in what you say? Otherwise, you just talking like James Brown said. You talking loud, saying nothing. When you gonna get tired of saying nothing? When you gonna get tired of doing nothing? You got a big job ahead of us, man. We losing our kids to the streets, to the gangs, everything. We run around dealing with small sites, we got bigger sites, bigger pictures. You know what I mean? Food, clothes, shelter, what? Love, peace, and what? Happiness. But you're not going to achieve none of that. Going, ducking and diving, cutting corners. Got to go straight to it. Wherever I go, like the God said, don't let you over something my baby. Don't speak to me like that. He said, this is God. You know why? Because I carry myself. Like, on my job, wherever I go, I got God over here working with us. Just like that. And I was working with a brother named Duval. He was on the job with me down there on the Brooklyn Bridge. They respect us to the fullest. Because every day I drop a little stuff for them. Yeah, I used to pay mathematics. I said, this brother's there. You got to touch with me because they went through the Vietnam Institute. They all here, so they know a couple lessons. So when you approach them, you know what I mean? You got to be what? Right in the thing. So they want to try you. Yeah, God, I used to pay mathematics. God, I you can make it alone. So what you make it alone. I don't see it. It's impossible. So it's a contradiction. Like I said, we got to learn, and I stress this 100%, to learn how to respect each other again as men. Because before I see the God, I see the man. So I can't see the God without the man. And the man got to be dealing with intelligence to the point where he began to deal with supreme intelligence. And that's the most highest form of intelligence that a man can deal with. Now, I mean, simple as that. Straight like that, God. I'm not going to give 1,000 words. And I hope that eventually the little cipher that I heard about, them gods can come together. Two minds. But we've been around too long for me to hear. It upset me when I heard this. I wasn't going up. I wasn't going to even come here and speak to you. But when I heard it, I was like, come on, man. I ain't going to be going, brother. I will be going. And we sat down and did things together, man. All these brothers that I'm speaking about in West, we hung out, broke night. My brother came there. We don't come here for that, man. We teach life. We teach signs and everything in life. We teach life lessons. Life lessons shouldn't have us going up against each other. That's all I'm saying. Life lessons shouldn't take. If I got 30 to 40 years with you, you should have been beyond a certain degree that we go. Like, especially when you get physical. Once you do that, hey, my brother, I'm looking at you differently now, bro. But now I want to do something. Now I want to get mine too. Got yours. Simple as that. Ain't on. You don't walk around with a skirt now. Come on, bro. So, like I said, think before you do it. Think before you do it. Do it now is for real. Check yourself out. See what I'm doing, man. Before you quickly approach your brother on a negative side, get in his mind. That's what we used to do. Let's go here. Let's go to 120 degrees. See what you hear. Now, who's the bishop, man? The bishop. Come to me. That's what we did. All the way till we got through the action facts over fact. This way I know what your mind is. Now how you see them things that we just went through. How that all caused. What caused all that to happen? Your power, my power. And then we got to stop getting you up in this. Women, they have power. That's why I say he or her has the power to build a story. And they use that power sometimes for negative reasons. And you got to be the God and join up. Not to see her power I see it. You control that power. Man, you join it up. It'll take a build and destroy. What they bring down snow and what? Earthquake. God, until God, only your mind can detect. And if you be attractive. And don't try to mix lessons with negativity. That's what a lot of us do. You can't mix the lessons. They don't mix. That's like vinegar and water. They don't mix. I mean, vinegar and oil. Vinegar and oil. They don't mix. Vinegar stay on the top. Always stay. You know what I'm saying? And with that note, God, like I said, man, sincerely, man, I love my brother. Before I go through anything, Father, you see, keep him up with him, I'm going to sit down and build it. We're going to build through blessings. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to whip your ass mental. Straight like that. Yep. Straight like that. You're going to 120 degrees. You're going to show and prove that you know and understand that well. And if you don't, sit down. Go back and do your homework. I would never touch no guts. That's me. But certain brothers, man, emotions, feelings. I'm in love. Forget what you love. Love is a high elevation of what? Understand amongst those who pick you. If she understood you and loved you, she would go outside the Holy Spirit. Stay right in your seat. So how you teach her? How you expect it? That's what I want to put out. You ain't teaching her right, don't expect her to do it. She'll do next. I mean, if I know his birth, I would never. Because if she couldn't get it with him, and I know he's powerful. That's what I'm saying.
Peace. I come to the divine name of Lord born justice. I reside in Pelon. Page mathematics, knowledge, God. All being born, build, destroy. You know, I hear people saying, oh, how y'all start saying all things being born to this, or equal this, or all add up to this. I was taught a long time ago that everything adds up. That's mathematics. 1 and 1 is 2, 3 and 3 is 6. If you put it in mathematics, understanding is understanding, and understanding is understood, and it borns equality. But through my knowledge, you will see God, and through my godness, you will see the knowledge of God, being able to build and destroy in this day and time. Come on, God. I look at the audience and I see that, to me, most everybody here is seasoned gods. So I'm not going to go into no degrees and all that. All of y'all, I know y'all been around for a while. My bill basically is this. I was disappointed, very disappointed last month when we were supposed to have the Now Cycle Victory Feast. Am I right?
Yep.
Now, one person brought a plate. There was no earth in the cafeteria, except for one sister. She's not here today, and she was selling coffee or giving away coffee, and I commend her for that. We made sure that we had the racks for the food, while you sent to Mecca, and the guards from the law school. Made sure we had the stern, so if their food came, that we'd be able to have the food hot. Because the parliament before last, the Earth Asia, or Now Justice, brought food, and we didn't have racks, we didn't have stern. So us being original men, planting things out 25,000 years in advance, and living it out the same, we was prepared. Nobody brought food. I was pondering why nobody brought food. I came up with a whole lot of scenarios, a whole lot of reasons, and I said, you know what? I'm not even going to go that route and use anything that happened in the negative, but everything happened for a reason. So we're going to take that negative and put it into a positive. And I'm taking the position to do it like this. Some gods and earth called me after that parliament, made some phone calls, they made their grievances known. So, February, Father Equality Born. Been asking all the gods that's here that connect with any god or earth in your area to please add on to the Father Equality Born Feast. Can we do that?
Yes, sir.
Father Equality Born Feast. In the year wisdom and cycle, wisdom culture, all being born to build or destroy. You say you're builders, a lot of y'all don't even participate in the growth and development of the nation. Y'all sit back on the side and complain and gripe and talk about people behind their back. A lot positive as well as negative. A lot of people don't like me, and guess what? I don't care. I'm going to be a builder from the time that I hit the bricks in 1986 when I came home and I stood in front of the Universal Parliament, September Parliament in 1986, and said who I was, and I wanted to know the one or the body of the one that is making decisions for this nation. I would like to build with you. And that's what I did. And firstborn Shasha got the word that I wanted to be doing security for the nation. I was coming out the gym where Najee used to have his all set up, right there by the table right there. And when I came out, Shasha from the thing, the firstborn, came out and stand in front of the table. He looked at me, I looked at him, he looked me up and down, I looked him up and down, he said, God, I hear you want our permission to be in charge of our security. I looked at him, we eyeball to eyeball. I said, nah, God, I'm not looking for your permission or anybody's permission. I just want the nation to know what I want to contribute to the nation. I had a lot of brothers in the nation help me out. Allah Shasha is one of them. Gamel is another one. Allah Freedom is another one. Dubai is another one. A lot of people who were doing security basically pulled me to the side and pulled my coat that helped train me to do security in the way it's supposed to be done. And by doing it that way, I made a pledge that I want to make sure that I can protect and serve our nation. To make everything what? Right and exact. Where we can have our elders come to the parliament and feel safe when they come in. We put the security pat down in place because brothers had different mentalities at different times and going through different worlds and different things, and they brought that confusion to the parliament. We ceased with that. And we added on and we built to make things what? Right and exact. So some guards contacted me and said they would give me money to put toward the food to be prepared for the Father Equality Born Feast. I spoke to the Earth Asia, that Norman, she's out of now Justice, I think she moved to Atlantic City. I spoke to her, coordinated with her. She said she'll get the food, she'll cook the food. So the thing I do is collect the currency, whatever I collect, I give it to her, she'll buy the food, whatever receipts that she's gonna spend the money for, she'll give it back to me, whatever change, if any, to be given back, will be put back in an escrow for the next parliament where there can be food recycled, so at least if there's children or elderly people amongst us, they can be able to what? Have some nourishment. I mean, it's a shame that we've been coming to these parliament years, months, and days, and the initiative just withered down to nothing. To nothing. I could not believe there was not one plate back there in that cafeteria last month. And we said now type of victory feast. I don't know just yet. No problem. So the thing about, go ahead, God.
Food stamps?
No, we don't take food stamps. But if you want to buy something, God, what you can do, listen, if you want to buy something in February, bring something that you want to purchase and just bring it to the cafeteria. That's the best way to do that. Anybody want to add on, they can't add on now. Just buy some water, buy some juice, buy something, and just bring it to the cafeteria and say, this is my add-on. Because it don't make no sense. Go ahead, God.
You said Asia is going to cook the shit, but our sisters can add on and cook too, right?
Yes, they can, but see, my thing is this. I don't want to depend on nobody that's not dependable. I can't speak for another God's earth. That's why I addressed the God and said, I'm speaking to them willfully. They'll talk to their black woman, to their earth, to their sisters in their community, and speak about the bill that I'm having today. Say, listen, the now type of victory feast was a fiasco. It didn't happen. We don't know why. But the thing about it, we planning this out now for Father Equality Born, and it's enough time to prepare and get the word out. There's no way but that we shouldn't have no food in February. Normally everybody comes out when there's food, normally people come out. I was surprised that nobody came for the now type of victory feast, even just to eat. They don't come for nothing else, they come for the food. But we want them to come for the food for the mind. Instead of dealing with the food for the soul. We want you to be able to come out and build and add on. Instead of being a spectator on the outside watching the parade go by, be a participator. We wonder why a lot of brothers don't want to add on to certain things, because people talk about people that are building. I don't get that. We're not destroyed power. We're not 85%. We're the true and living God. The knowledge that we have, we need to build in order to destroy the negativity in the nation. I can't believe that at the age that I'm God's cipher now, I cannot believe at this age that I'm looking at my nation just wither away, just fall apart. I can't believe a lot of brothers that still backbiting, talking about other brothers and what woman is this and what woman ain't that and what God is and what God is not. I'm not saying nobody's not building. We're all building in some capacity or another. But my thing is this. We got the show and prove coming up. A lot of life is taking a position to help and add on, but there's more to be done at the show and prove. We need a person to deal with the backstage. We need an MC. We need somebody to sign the children up. We need somebody to participate and add on. We got the DJ. DJ Wise said he'll do it this year. I know we need a backup DJ. I can always ask the God Duval, who did an excellent job last year based on what he had to give. But now we want to go a step further. We got to basically complement each other and add on to make things what? Right and exact. One person can't do it all. Allah did it. And we got the blueprint on how to get it done. If we live out what is the duty of a civilized person. And if you don't do your duty, you know there's a penalty. And there's a prescribed law for a said person of that ability. If we say we all advocated for the same common cause, it ain't just to remove the devil off the planet. It also means to add on. Dream work, make the team work. Brotherhood is unity. Sisterhood is unity. Family is unity. Y'all know this. This ain't nothing new. If we want to move on time, in time, with time, you got to be on time. I mean, you got to show up. You know what time it is. We know what the mathematics say. Are we going into a month? We're going into the knowledge month, the wisdom ass cipher, wisdom culture of freedom year, and we know we're going to be building or destroyed. There's been times that every politics might get up and say, yeah, this is the year, such and such, and next year we're going to do so, and you don't do nothing. Do like James Brown said, you're talking loud and you ain't saying nothing. We like to see progress going into the next year. And the only way we can see progress going into the next year is people have to add on. If you can't add on with time, if you can't add on with a phone call, if you can't add on with currency, if you can't add on with passing the word, then find a way to be useful to your nation. I don't get up here to get no applause or no gratification. I don't want nobody say, oh, born justice this, born justice that. I'm only doing what I know that has to be done because I know it has to be done. And because I know it has to be done, I didn't do anything last month, purposely, to see if there was going to be an automatic response and people were going to come in for food. If they would have came with knives, forks, and plates, somebody would have brought something. Nobody brought nothing. All we had was the sternal and the rat and that one sister serving serving coffee back there. To me, that was an embarrassment. And I took it upon myself after I got home that night and after I meditated and said, you know what? Next parliament and every parliament thereafter, I'm going to address whatever event I know that's coming up. Mahdi hit me up the other day. Two-born my hit me up the other day, and we got a calendar. We get the Son of Man. You're going to have the event for next year. You'll see exactly what's going on, where it's going on at, what time is going on, and the location. So you can't say you don't know. We're going to put the information up in the school. It's going to be on social media, so a person cannot say, oh, I ain't know what the show and prove was. I ain't know about Earth Appreciation Day. These things take currency to add on. Another note, then I'm going to be finished. I have to say this. The church at Harriet Tubman is in full bloom. over there on Sunday and Wednesday night at 6:30. This Parliament, I took the responsibility for my nation to make sure that while we're here, I pay for the Parliament. That's why we walk around, we ask brothers to donate. The Parliament costs $523 per month. There's not $523 in that bottle out there. So that means we got to go into the bank account of a law youth center in Mecca to put whatever is short in the account so that we can pay for the Parliament so we can have seats inside the Parliament. A couple of months ago, I got a call from a law shop. He told me, "Oh God, you need to speak to the custodian at 92. He gave me the number. I spoke to the custodian. Custodian told me that a preacher wanted to speak to somebody in our nation in reference to the Parliament. Gave me the number. I talked to the preacher. We talked about what was going on. He wanted to know if he can come in and have the Parliament, have a little service and everything from 10 o'clock to like 12:30. I said, well, no, being there, we doing what we have to do. No. He said, well, I'll get back to you. About a week later, the pastor called me. Now, the preacher didn't talk to the pastor, let him know that he spoke to me. So the pastor basically asked me the same thing. Could he come in and be here from 10 o'clock in the morning, and he'll be out by the time we get out, which will be like 12:30. Now, everybody think that we have the Parliament from 2 to 8. That's not true. I request the Parliament from knowledge, 1 o'clock, to the born hour. Give us time to get in case somebody's ahead of us and we got to clean up. They can clean up behind themselves. By the time we get here, it'll be clean. Same thing with cleaning up when we leave. Sometimes brothers, they strag, they want to talk, they want to build, they want to socialize. So we get another chance for the guards that are doing the cleanup to come clean up. So we got into the born hour. What I've been doing, what we've been doing, the team, is that we're paying for the Parliament in advance. Right now, this is Divine Equality C. Next month, Parliament, which is going to be Justice Allowed now, is going to be paid for as soon as they send me the permit. I already have the money for that. But I want to work on paying for February Parliament now. The reason why I want to get it done that way is because I don't want the church to get a toe in the door. Not one toe. Because that was the problem, one of the problems that they had in Tubman. They got the toe in the door. So the pastor asked me, well, can we use the gym? I said, no, our children are in the gym. We have youth activity in the gym. He said, well, can we get a classroom? I said, no, because we have the classroom for our study that we're doing in the classroom. So there's no room for you to come here, no any shape, form, or fashion, while we are building, while we're here. So I'm purposely keeping my toe on the door so that they can't get in to put in their toe to try to get the church in here and bump us out. Peace, God.
All black. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
But that's what we're doing. But I only can do it when I can only do it when what I gotta do. It's not that easy because look what's here, God. I'm gonna give you an example. I agree, that's a good plan. Nothing. But I'm saying, if we take the money out of that account, it's gonna take away two things. Con Ed gotta get paid, so something's gonna be short based on the population of the Parliament. The people don't come to the Parliament. A sister texted me today, she had a situation going on, we were supposed to have a hearing about it today. The reason why she's not coming, because she heard that the weather's gonna be messed up. You got an issue that got to be dealt with, and you got to have a hearing about it, you got to be present. So if we take $1,000 and pay for 2 months Parliament, and we can't collect $1,000 back in the 2 months, then somebody's going to be short, because the bill still got to be paid automatically. The currency is not the, okay, I'm letting you know. I'm not thinking like that, guys. I know how you are. The currency, that's not what the money, God, the money is not to pay for Parliament. The money is to pay for maintenance at a law school in Mecca. The bill alone for Con Ed at the school was $1,000, $1,071. Just that. We got $1 million insurance plan at the school that comes out automatically. We got IT, the phone, and everything being paid for a certain bill, and we have security being paid from that same bank account. So everything is budgeted. This is not budgeted. That's why we ask God to add on. Some God have been very truthful and did equality to add on, so we don't have to be behind the 8 ball. We can be ahead of the 8 ball. If more people came to the parliament, we wouldn't have empty seats. But I'm grateful for all the people that's here now because it shows that you're concerned. Everybody, listen, when I was hustling, no weather can stop me from not getting no money. I come out here, rain, hail, snow, or earthquake. I'm gonna get mine. And I feel the same way about these teachers. If I'm coming to get blessed to hear somebody speak on the mic, I'm looking for Dumar when he was speaking. I'm looking for Colleen when he was getting up there speaking. I'm looking for certain people to say certain things that can ignite the knowledge in my mind to help me elevate to a higher state. I miss all those pioneers that was here making things happen. But now we're the ones that's here, we picking up the same slack. I miss Umar. I spoke to Umar's children's mother yesterday about something, and we was talking about the same thing, how Umar used to get up here with blood, sweat, and tears to make sure that we had a seat in the parliament, and he had to spend his own rent money to have the parliament. He would do that, and then owe the rent to the people that he owed rent to. So the thing about it, we just gotta do better than what we're doing. We just got to do better. I mean, everything is working now, but there's always room for improvement. I like to move with time, on time, in time. And right now, this is our time. So if anybody have any questions, they want to add on in any way, please pull me to the side. Peace. My name is Lord Born Justice.
Hey! The reaper's next, but I can come through this. Peace! Hey! This is our brother. Elevation. God had a school with a capital for youth out there. He doing great work out there in New Jersey with the guards, man. And I need to give his accolade in front of everybody, not wait till he leaves here. This is work like most of us are doing, but he's impacting youth greatly there. In fact, I'm gonna take some little page out of this book. So he's impacting youth. Now he has nowhere to go. I pulled him up front so everybody can see what this bill is doing. Because he's out there in Jersey doing this thing. I'm grateful.
Peace. Listen, one thing. In order for this to survive, we have to get young. This has to get young. That's the only way because we're getting older. This has to get young. You know, and that you know, that's my main thing. We just have to get younger. A lot of times when we sit here, we do outreach. Because in our school, it says we are an outreach center, a school, all of the same thing. So we need to actually be there. We need to put the work in. We need to get back out to the streets. Because the youth, they really need it. They're asking for us. The youth are constantly saying there's nobody for us. So we have to get back to the youth. Peace.
Hey!
Peace. Hey. Come in the name of the Lord, Watson Green, Dave Master, Knowledge God. Our Queen in the Supreme Alphabet. She's the one that's supposed to reflect the light of the sun. If we don't make the knowledge born to her, she ain't going to be able to reflect that light. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is, we the God. We supposed to represent the power of the true and living God wherever we go. In order for us to shine, we have to take care of ourselves, physically and mentally. The brother spoke about brothers in the nation messing with that hootie hoo. That there is that's falling victim to the devil's civilization. You messing with that stuff. If you gonna shine, you gotta be right and exact. You know, you gotta take care of the physical. You know, I don't smoke cigarettes, I don't drink alcohol, I try to maintain a positive eating habit. This is how you build and destroy. You build on the positive and destroy the negative. You know? Everywhere you go, you're supposed to shine like the sun. That's the power that we got. You know, don't be afraid to go in the church, the synagogue, the temple. You're going to shine. They're going to recognize the power of God wherever you go. You know, there's another thing, like, you know, our numbers are falling. It seems to be a lack of communication. You know, the brother spoke about the event that we had, nobody showed up. Disrespectful. It's a lack of connection. We supposed to, when we come to parliaments like this, my suggestion is you put down your name and your phone number, your cell phone, so they can't, so you gotta be connected. They call you and they let you know, we got an event coming up. What can you do for us? What can you do to add on? Why ain't born?
Indeed.
Yeah, that's a great thing we should do.
Yep.
Get the directive. Everybody's name on that directive, everybody's phone number. You know, the numbers is dropping. I heard the last two parliaments, there ain't nowhere near as many people as the parliaments at the beginning of this year. Every month, it's less and less people showing up at the parliament. What's causing that to happen? Huh? Some type of stagnation. You remember that? You remember that word? We become stagnated when we don't what? Go from knowledge to born. When we don't continue to study and communicate and teach. The lessons say what? We teach that the true and living God is the Son of Man, supreme being black man. The only way you're going to build up that supreme power, keep yourself up like that, is through your knowledge and wisdom. Doing what's right. Being righteous. Which is, it's complicated. You know, a lot of us smoke cigarettes, that's not righteous. A lot of us drink alcohol, that ain't righteous. No? A lot of things that we consume into the physical is basically not righteous. But it's not totally wrong either. So it's acceptable. No? But if you don't do them things, you'll last longer. Be stronger. I'm going to say proper education always correct errors. Peace.
Peace.
Only all I want to use is mic. You got sanitation wipes here, clean it off. We gotta be sanitary. Peace, my name is Sabu Olodumare Allah. I told you all last parliament, Olodumare is a Yoruba. Like comes out of the Yoruba language out of Nigeria. It means supreme God in Yoruba. Sabu means the universal builder, Savior. Allah is God. These mathematics is now of God. Peace to the gods, I acknowledge y'all. Peace to the herbs, I acknowledge y'all also. This is the last parliament of this year. You know, a lot of things were set up here, most of everything that was set up here. Brothers already said what I would have said, you know, because we cover all bases. I just want to speak on things in terms of ignorance. You know, there's a lot of ignorance that can be expressed, arrogance that can be expressed. I say arrogance, I mean a person's personality, a person's way of expressing themselves in a manner that can not be anything but a negative reaction, especially for those who don't understand how to overcome and understand arrogance coming from someone else, hopefully not from yourself. We have to safeguard arrogance in ourselves. We have to safeguard ignorance in ourselves. We can't allow ourselves to be like we were before we got knowledge. So a lot of us suffer from not only illiteracy, but ignorance and arrogance. Knowledge God degree in the 1 to 14 says, what is the meaning of civilization? I always say, it says, what does it mean to be civilized? Or how can you tell a person? How can you recognize a civilized person? And the answer, I mean, these terms that I'm using are just words, but these words have great meaning. The first thing talking about that person or that civilization is going to express knowledge. Now, knowledge, we simplify knowledge by just saying to know. Knowledge is a body of facts that you know is right and exact, so on and so forth. We expound upon that. We talk about wisdom. We talk about understanding. We talk about culture. Culture is pretty deep. You know, culture means, what are you about? What is your being? What kind of life do you live? You know, what is your culture? Are you a bum? Are you a woman of the street? Are you a drug dealer of the street? Are you a misfit? Are you a problem maker? All those adjectives and more. Culture. What are you about? People don't even know what culture really is. You know, when you go around a people or a group of people and you study and you understand and see what they're about, they're expressing to you their culture. But not only that, an individual can express their culture. What are they about? You know, we have to study ourselves, but we also have to study other people because we're not on an island by ourselves. We live on a planet of over 3 billion or 7 billion people. All right? And we have one soul among many. So we have to study people's culture. We talk about refinement. Yeah, refinement is most necessary. If you got a refined culture, you're saying something. What is refinement? It don't just mean to refine yourself like I was lost and now I'm found. It also means to be cultured. Again, we come back to that word culture. It means, listen, you got people amongst us that's still running around. Listen, you got brothers, maybe some sisters, still running around showing you their rear end, showing you their drawers. Culture, refinement. I mean, what culture are you expressing? What culture do you live? What culture are you live? Are you attracted to foolishness? Seriously, man. There's something called magnetism. It attracts you to things. What are you attracted to? What is your life about? Huh? You talk about the knowledge of God. Let me tell you something about the knowledge of God. The knowledge of God don't got nothing to do with that foolishness, man. The knowledge of God don't express ignorance, arrogance, uncivilizedness, filth, garbage, stupidity. So we were up here talking about drugs. So he said some of y'all were dealing in drugs when the law was here, some of y'all are still dealing in drugs. Another God just finished saying, well, you know, you can deal with certain things, but you do it with intelligence. All right? Hey, let me say something. I was told not to really express it, but I'm gonna just hit on it. People who deal with that social media called Facebook. I don't have Facebook, but I was told yesterday, as a matter of fact, that on Facebook, they got me on Facebook. I don't even know, because I ain't got Facebook. I don't deal with that. They got you on Facebook, Sabo. Or somebody got you on Facebook, and they trying to downplay you, destroy your character. Talking about alcoholism, talking about laundry and money. So they put up pictures to try to back it up. So one picture shows me with money in my hand. That, I believe, was showing proof in front of our school. We had an event. Those people that know me know that I sell for the nation, been doing this for years. We have a nation periodical called the 5%. That 5% have been in existence for wisdom build years. Not just 1 year, not 2. Wisdom build years. That periodical been going on. I just recently started selling to people because one of our older brothers named Celar, who passed away a few years ago, when he passed away, I said, well, I'll carry on, because he showed me how to do it. I said, well, somebody got to keep on doing it. So the people put up on Facebook with me holding money in my hand. Now, I'm selling paper. So I had money in my hand, and they said, look, so money laundering. But understand the foolishness that goes on here. I mean, let me just give you an example. Let's say you're giving a dance, and you're at the door, and you're just collecting money and you're selling tickets. Aren't you going to have some kind of currency somewhere around you? But an idiot will try to make you think if you see somebody, just to try to make him think, try to make you think, they would say something like that, and a fool would follow. So I'm trying to tell you, knowledge is just that. Knowledge means to know. If you don't know, don't let somebody poison you. Yes, that picture right there. Yeah, that picture will show it. That picture right there of me standing in front of the law school. This is on Facebook. And they go me standing in front of the law school, and I have a couple of dollars in my hand. And this was put on that thing that y'all love called Facebook. Look, so he's money laundering. And then here's another one. They got another one on Facebook. Go on, Justice, if you can bring that up. Philadelphia, our nation in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, has been given family picnics every year. More power to them, and they do it faithfully, and a lot of us go there and enjoy ourselves. This is a picnic. This is not a meeting up at the White House. This is a picnic. And at a picnic, we eat, socialize. So they got a picture of me with a beer. I told you all I drink beer. I don't drink hard liquor. I stopped doing that in 1978. I stopped drinking rum and coke. I stopped that in 1978. I haven't taken a drop yet. I feel good. But I drink a beer. So they put a picture of me with a beer. I was with my brother, Khalid, from Mecca. And Khalid drinks beer. So somebody took a picture of me and Khalid drinking a beer. So they put on Facebook, these are alcoholism, these are alcohol. This is a picnic. But what I'm trying to get you all to understand like Sharif said, you know, what you put in your body does affect your body. If you overindulge in certain things, you are not dealing in knowledge. You damn sure ain't showing no wisdom, and your understanding is clouded. You understand? But God said, a lot of my brothers and sisters have went home. I went back to their essence because they chose to overindulge. And a person that ain't got no knowledge or wisdom or understanding nowadays, you're going to be putting stuff up in your nose, and these pushers are cutting it with one of the most dangerous chemicals out. They call it fentanyl. That will blow your mind apart. Excuse my loud expression. That will kill you. And it will kill, a little drop of it will kill you. And our brothers and sisters, I'm not saying y'all, hopefully not the young, please teach the young, don't get caught up in that trap. Or put that stuff in their system, taking a chance on killing themselves. Hey, I know Allah didn't take no chances. Allah moved with precision. Allah moved with mathematics. Everything he did was on the money. Like Born Justice said, move on time, in time, with time. You want to talk about somebody that was on time? Look at the man on the front of that paper. He was so much on time that he brought y'all here. There's such thing called mathematics. Also, there's such thing called magnetic attraction. Allah attraction was so right that he drew y'all up. If he didn't draw y'all up, why are you here today? Because somebody told him something, that somebody told him something, that somebody told him something, and it went back to the root. The root of civilization. Arm, leg, arm, head, in the person. In the name of Allah. Let's not forget that, man. Now, this is the last parliament of this year. I have in my hand all the months from January to December as a package deal for $10. For all of y'all that want to get all 12 months, I got a few packages left. Selling it for $10. So, and what it does is it tells you the history of a law school, a law land, and everything throughout this entire last issue. As you know, the 5% paper is going through a change. Like I said, it's been in existence for 28 years. Some of y'all know it, some of y'all don't know it. Some people try to bombast it. Some people try to make you believe negativity about you. What you need to do is stop just getting it to look at the pictures. I had a brother ask me just a little while ago. So let me get the paper so I can see it. All I want to do is look at the pictures. I don't want to read anything, I just want to look at the pictures. Why? We get back to ignorance again. We get back to a state of, my brothers and sisters, you black people out there, the sound of my voice, they talk about y'all every day. They tell the world that y'all are the most stupidest people on this planet called Earth. They tell the world that y'all will never be anything. Y'all always been Negroes, niggers, and you're gonna stay that way. You don't have no desire to uplift yourself. If you do anything, you go to a church and let somebody tell you to get on your knees and hope somebody will come save you, because you ain't got enough sense to try to do anything to save yourself. This is the history of what they tell all the world about you, brother and sister. Is that true? Is that true? I'm talking to the young and the old alike, but especially the young, because you got a job to do. You better start telling these babies and teaching these babies that is not who we are. But the world, boy, they got a major plan to destroy you each and every day. I told you last month, get involved, get involved. Y'all don't even vote to say, yes, that picture right there of me and Colleen in Philadelphia, holding a beer. A beer. It's alcohol. But the point about it is these people that's putting that on Facebook have such a gripe that that person was run across the United States, the other side of the United States, called California. And yet he still does the foolishness and has a group of people believing in that foolishness. I want y'all, please, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the foolishness that they put out here. Use your brain, man. Use the mind that you got. Y'all are the most intelligent people on the face of this planet. You don't know why they want you not to get out of yourself? You don't know why they don't want you to get up? You don't know why? Because they scared. They know that if you get up, you're going to make things right. Why is it so hard for you to get that in your skull? They want you to be a Negro. They want you to not get involved. Can't you figure that out? And if the children don't know it, tell them. So they will know. It ain't all about how pretty you look, how nice you dress. Oh, I got a Mercedes Benz, but I'm as stupid as a fool. God damn. Give me a break, brothers and sisters. This is Sunday. Most of us is in a church or sitting in the house doing nothing, maybe watching football. A few of us is here. Thank goodness, you should say to yourself for being here. Thank goodness you had enough gumption to get out to God brought his children. And they came, and they look beautiful sitting over there. But you need to really look in the mirror and say, thank goodness I got enough intelligence not to be what they want me to be. And then pass that on, man. Our people are suffering. I'm talking about black people. I ain't even got to talk about Palestinians and Ukrainians. Knowledge the world around you. Authoritarian governments are trying to rise up all over this planet Earth so they can be kings and queens and run your life. Run your life. Talking about you can't vote for this and that. You got a right to vote. Some people stood up and died so you can have a right to vote, to do this and do that. And all you do is step it in the dirt. Because you don't even understand the importance of your own existence and what you're about in this world. And what you should be doing in this world. They ain't about just getting up and talking about, yeah, I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah, you're black and you're proud. And what else? What you gonna do about it? Huh? All of us in here is black. All I see is black people. That don't make you powerful. Huh? The complexion of your body don't make you powerful. What makes you powerful is what you got in your mind and what you express. I know damn well you all ride on the train and you all saw that sign. A mind tells things to waste. They telling you, and you still sitting around wasting your mind. Let me tell you something, man, before I end. I got in touch with the mind. It sounds funny. I got in touch with my mind. When I got in touch with my mind, it put me in touch with the almighty mind. The all-I-seeing mind. And when I got in touch with the all-I-seeing mind, you know what I found out? I'm gonna tell you. I found out that the first degree the student enrollment was for real, or is for real. I found out that Saul Moon was somebody. You understand? Because I walked around quoting 120, and like it was said before, you can quote 120 night and day and night. It don't mean nothing if you don't get resurrected from the dead, because the lessons is a resurrection pill. Take the damn pill. Learn something. Resurrect yourself. When I got in touch with my mind, I didn't say my brain. You see, because the mind is over the brain. The brain is a physical thing that operates your physical body. Your mind is your thoughts, your creativity, your ability to make things what happen. It expresses and manifests the physical world that you see. All these things that you see here are manifestations of the mind. When you look in the mirror, you see a manifestation of the mind because you're looking at your body. That's a physical thing. I'm talking about your mind, your mental, your thoughts, the creating power that exists within inside you. When I got in touch with that, and I saw Boo rise as the cream says to the top, I said, Saul Boo, boy, you a powerful man. That's why they don't want you to have knowledge. Because when you got knowledge, you gonna wake people up. Because they gonna say, what is it about that man? What is it about that woman? What is it about that child? They show me the world. Damn, is there a way to stop him? Can we stop him? Can we stop her? Why? Because you starting to show things they don't want nobody to what? See. Well, with that, welcome to Allah. What you think Allah did? Huh? There's brothers here that walk with Allah that can tell you all about Allah. Walk and talk with him every day. But you want to meet Allah? Meet yourself. I can't make it no clearer, man. If you want to meet Allah, meet yourself. Boy, you'd be surprised what the hell you will find. I'm telling you, man. I know brothers who got knowledge. I can tell. I can tell because they different than everybody else. You understand? They stand up. They don't just stand out. They stand supreme. You understand? They're like a stone statue. You can't touch them. They know who they are. And when they open up their mouth, you know who they are. But not only when they open up their mouth, once again, I go back to your culture. The way you carry yourself, the way you live, what you about. Okay? Yes. My brothers and my sisters, man, study what you about. See what you about. And if you know that you're doing something right, and you're doing something right and exact, carry on, man. But again, if you know that you're doing SHITTING things, check it out. Check it out. You need to change it. I don't mean to put you to sleep. I mean for you to wake your rear end up and get real. All right, it's about time, man. This is the last parliament of this year. We coming into wisdom culture. Here we go with culture again. What kind of wise culture is your equality gonna show? Yo, I'm looking at all of y'all, man. I love all of y'all because y'all came up out of the muck and said, yeah, it's Sunday. Yeah, the Giants are playing football. The Jets are playing, the Knicks are playing football. The Rangers are playing hockey. But I got a parliament to go to. And I got something more powerful, important. And I ain't talking about them. Even the people out there in the street, somebody said, well, they serve a purpose. Yeah, they watching your back after they finish putting stuff up their nose. Anyway, I got packages here. Cost $10 from January to December. Cost $10. Plus I got regular 5% papers back there. After this month, I won't be sitting back there. I want to sit up here with y'all. I'm tired of sitting back there and some people looking at me and saying, peace, and other people looking at me and saying, ah. Why? This is your paper, man. And it ain't just about drugs and prison yards. And it ain't just pictures, even though pictures tell a story. There's a lot of other things up there. They telling me my time, because we got to deal with time. And we're gonna move it right along. And the God here, he expressed his peace to me. And I said peace back there. All right? Because unity and love is better than separation and hate. Peace, God's way.
Peace. Hey! I come in the name of original Magnetic Black Islam. I'm glad that I'm here. I could be anywhere. Likewise, because just like Sabu was just mentioning, anybody could have been anywhere, but you decided to be here for a reason. For myself, it wasn't anything else but this. I actually have a little cold. Some people, why you come? Because this is where I'm supposed to be. I don't care about what you're doing, how you feeling. This is it. This is definitely it. I see the guy, I don't see him right now, but he must have went somewhere. Supreme Elevation. What he be doing, I always, not every day, but I call him, check up on him. I see the things that he's doing. He's doing great. He's definitely doing great. Also, what I actually noticed a while ago, I don't know what happened, it just moved. Basically, right, I done said this quite a bit. Right here on Facebook, when I talk to people, some people tell me you seem like you're a little emotional. Because I get emotional. When you say that you have a family, you say that you care about them, you say that you love them, why is it that you don't check up on them? If you know where they at, go see them. If you got their man, go talk with them. Even if you're on the phone, text them, see how they doing. Now here comes a funeral, but you ain't even check up on them. Oh yeah, I remember that God, I remember about the earth with them. You have the opportunity. You have the opportunity now. Why not? That's a little ridiculous. That doesn't make sense to me at all. It doesn't make sense. You know, when you actually talk about, who was it just mentioned it? I can't recall who it was that mentioned about that. But you see a lot of people, you know who they was, what they doing, but they want to compare. You don't even want to relate, or you don't even go to see them and see what's going on. Get to know who the person is so you get a better understanding. Because if you don't know, where you think you're going to go to? A lot of people always want to do the wisdom before they do the knowledge. What's the outcome? It's the misunderstanding and misunderstood. When you really get to know somebody, when you really get to understand them, then you're going to get the understanding and it's understood. How could you not see that? How you actually came here? What was the purpose that you got here? It had to be a reason. I can't speak for other people. I know some people still talk about my honorable name, and I tell them, I'm going to respond to them,
because that's what my parents, they gave me. That's all they knew. So when they say, okay, we ain't lie, yeah, I'm gonna respond to them, but I'm also gonna let them know who I be, and it's a reason who I be. Original, magnetic, blackness alive. Why would you actually have that? Because I had to draw that up. It took a minute for me to get to that point. Not because it sounds good, oh yeah, you hear those words. Nah, I actually have to live that out. Not because what I'm saying, because it sounds good. Anybody, I said this quite a few times, anybody can see me. They hear the things that I'm talking about, and they might see me from afar, but I won't see them. And they will be able to tell the difference. Am I really living, being that person, or just pretending? You see that a whole lot. You're going to get a whole lot of agendas, a whole lot of them. Because they speak just like you. They might look like you, but does that necessarily mean they're just like you? Just something to think about, man. You feel with that? Peace.
Hey! Hey! Come in the name of the Lord life. Today mathematics is knowledge of our God. First and foremost, I want you to understand this here, right? This is a Lord's house. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Allah built this nation in 1964. Let's get this right. This is Lord's house. And now it's time for us to show and prove the greatness of what Allah gave us. This is the knowledge of ourselves. All right? I'm dealing with the Show and Prove committee because I appreciate the brother who gave me knowledge of self 52 years ago. Prayer mathematics. That's my Allah. I ain't know nothing about Allah until prayer mathematics gave it to me. Now, we gotta give each other our flowers while we here. I'm tired of giving brothers their flowers when they go home. How about giving ourselves flowers while we're here? All right? So we got a Show and Prove award ceremony for 2024. The Supreme Boss of Law got the raffle ticket. The raffle ticket is going for to get the award. Pardon me. They got the Law and Justice on it. That's the Lifetime Achievement Award. Then you got the Black Messiah. Then you got ABG. And then you got, it's not here, Universal Champion. These are the 4 awards that we want to give people who's been doing the work, that we appreciate them for doing the work, for adding on to Allah's nation. One thing we got to understand, a lot of us deal with a lot of people outside our nation, and they merchandise a lot of other people. We have our own merchant. We have our own staff. We need to support our own. That's the only way we're going to get out of 92 and get our own. When we learn how to support ourselves. Understand what I'm saying? Now this is our God. It starts with us. Our input determines our output. Much is given, much is required. If you don't participate, how do you expect something to come back? If you don't add on, how do you expect something to grow? At one time, we used to say, if you didn't see a rapid improvement within yourself, you're not one of us. How many of y'all remember that? If you don't see a rapid improvement within yourself, you're not one of us. That means adding on. That means participating. That means teaching. That means bringing babies back into this auditorium. Back into the gym. like they in the gym right now. So it's nation time, man. Anytime somebody get up here, they're supposed to be building about this nation. Because it's always nation building. Always. So we need your support. We need people to add on, brothers, sisters. If you want to participate in the show and prove and perform, please put your audition in. Send it in. The date by April 5th. After April 5th, we ain't taking no more auditions. We want to set up this right and exact. Right and exact. That's why we're doing it now. We knew our history ahead, in advance. We predicted in advance. So we predicted it in advance. So the participation gotta be in advance. Me now. It's the time. Now let's go out, y'all. Peace.
Peace. I'm that personal part of myself. My name is Drew from David. Right after this. Go right into it. My name is Drew from David. Peace to the family. Today is date December 17th, 2023. 10 after 4, so what's that? Wisdom. Going through culture. The knowledge, wisdom of the divine quality seed. Destroy evil seed. The knowledge of our God day. The wisdom, add insight, for wisdom, understand, give. That's covered every angle of today's living mathematics. So, going right into the meat lesson, right? The 17th degree. What is the meaning of civilization? Look at the answer. It didn't say what is the meaning of civilized, or what is the meaning of civil. It said what is the meaning of civilization. The answer said one. One has a knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, refinement, and is not a savage in the pursuit of happiness. You're that one. The knowledge of the law of God that exists within you activates you to become that one. December 17th, or 2 days from now, right? On December 19th, 60 years ago, our firstborn ABC number 7, he brought the knowledge to New York, to England. He brought it to Gypsy and Gina, who became the key mathematics and universal God. That's the quality out of sight years ago. 2 days. So divine equality seed, December, the knowledge wisdom month, we like to give the salutations and the recognition to the land of understanding, the land of the righteous and intelligent intellectual warriors, which is Medina. You know, we come from Mecca. That's where the knowledge and wisdom of the original man started when the planet was first found. It wasn't for the firstborns from Mecca. We wouldn't have got it in Medina. How we got it in Medina. You know, and that's this whole thing. Now, some of the things that we have going on, myself, regard my IQ, understanding, IQ, so on and so forth, put together the Son of Man. We give it out for free every month. The Son of Man, Sons of Medina. It's a paper for our nation that we give out for free every month. We're doing it for 13 months for free. And then we're going to put together, subscription. Then we can do the subscription. The reason we do it in 13 months for free is that's the knowledge and understanding. The knowledge and understanding, that's the land of Medina. It's not the knowledge and wisdom, it's the knowledge and understanding. And also, historically, when you look at Shem God, created the Son of Man, what he did in verse 13. That verse 13 is a whole story that gets told on those covers, if you line them all up. That's for those of us who understand it. So, for those who don't know, I just want to bring everybody up to speed in regards to what we got going on with that there. And then that'll also be on the right side of the common unity saying. That'll be up and running within, I say, the next understanding at a cycle days. Downstairs is for the young kindergarten, 5th grade. Upstairs is for from 6th grade to 12th grade. Downstairs, we got a bunch of stuff going on in regards to arts and crafts, after-school programs, homework help. Upstairs, we got the brother Just Rule teaching the youth of the community how to cut hair. He's a master barber. Divine Justice Aid, one aid and assist as well. On the other side upstairs, we got a little music studio we put together. This is what attracts the youth. This is not, for nobody to make money. It's no little medallions and sweatshirts getting sold. It's free. It's for the children. Because that's what the law school is for. It's for the children. It's free. You want to make money, go make your money somewhere else and then bring it over here. Don't come here to make money off of us. You understand? Flags are free. You want a flag, come to our school on the right side when it's up and running. Come see one of us that's there. We're going to take you through your lessons. We're going to give you a flag for free. We're going to put your name in it. So all the selling flags, y'all about to be dead on that. Sorry, pal. It's over. Because that's how it goes. That's how it goes. You understand? And anybody that don't agree or can tell me something different, you don't tell me. Don't say it later, say it now, please. So you're not going to go backbite. Other than that, I'm just bringing everybody to speak. So, man, the school and the history of the man. Peace to the family. Peace to the family.
Hey!
Who next on the list?
Right here.
Oh, talking wise.
Come on.
Praise to the gods and earth. Hear me? I don't want to use the microphone. Let's start out with today's degree. Today's degree is knowledge God. Today's mathematics is knowledge God. And we have to know God. And the definition of God is the supreme being. And how do you manifest yourself as being supreme? No matter what field or what area of activity you put yourself in, you show yourself as being supreme. But it also means to know yourself and know your brothers. I think I've been around since God wisdom. And I got gods in here who can track me from the moment I got knowledge to this moment right here. Allah Rajim and Allah Mathematics used to come out to the desert. They used to roll, they used to come to my house, and our Savior, it was there when I got knowledge of faith. It was high school in 1979. And that y'all have never, ever known me to engage in anything practice, shiesty, stealing. So we're going to go through the whole history. I'm going to give you my whole history here. Starting with, so hold up. There's also going to be a nation business. Starting with knowledge God being born to build and destroy. If you take the word engineering through the mathematics, you're going to get build or destroy. Because engineers build. I got knowledge, 1972, learned supreme mathematics, and even before that, as early as I can remember in life, I was great in mathematics. So I applied mathematics, and we also was given our job. Our job was to master a trade or a profession, and to have a family, teach the babies. That was the essence of mathematics. That was the essence of being God. That's what I stepped to. I went to school, York College, Justice Hopkins was in there someplace. He was there, a number of guards was there. He went to York College, 1975. Majored in engineering. Came out. Started working in the field of engineering. It's HVAC. It's designed, I'm a mechanical engineer. Mechanical engineers deal with designing heating, ventilating, air conditioning systems. We design energy systems. I've been in the field for over 35 years. Worked at a firm previously, started rising through the ranks, manifesting yourself as supreme. God is supreme in everything he does. Using our supreme intelligence, rose to the top. 4 years ago, after 27 years in that firm, being a partner in that firm, designing some of the most extensive, sustainable projects in the region. My design was the Brooklyn Navy Yard, Building 92 project. That's the Museum of Navy Yard History It's the only building in Medina at the Navy Yard that's open to the public. All the rest of the Navy Yard is behind the wall. You go there, that one building 92, you'll walk right in and get the whole history of the Navy Yard. They used to build ships in the Navy Yard up until 1966, when it got and stopped. The Fort Greene houses was originally built to house workers who worked at the Navy Yard. There's a lot of history in there. You'll go over there and see that. So there's been a lot of projects that I designed and built. Now, father got a law school for us in 1967. You go to a law school now, you can imagine me working on all these different projects. Recently, I launched my own firm 4 years ago to help more blacks and other underrepresented minorities get into the field of engineering. To teach our youth engineering, to give them a pathway, not only into engineering, but also up to leadership positions. So my firm recently has been on the new terminal at JFK Terminal 1. In the Hudson Yards, we designed Turner Construction headquarters. They took 2 whole floors. We did a design build. You know what that means? Design build means the designers, the engineers, work with the contractors. Turner Construction was going to build their own space. We worked with them in real time and designed one of the most magnificent, beautiful corporate office spaces in New York. I only say all this to say that you know when I come back to our nation and see our place, 2122 7th Avenue, 2122 is gone. 7th Avenue is gone. We have a 1-story building that's been the same like that for the last 55 years when the father returned. What do you think I'm going to do? We have won all these great projects, but if you see the projects we're doing across the city, the Hudson Yards was a railroad yard. They built a structural platform and then built, what, 10, 12 high-rises on top of that? Going up 80 stories? I come back to our site. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to build with the guards. So now here's the history. November 24th, 2003, I convened a meeting with the Dean of Architecture in New York City, Max Bond, and the Dean of Developers in New York City, Carlton Brown. Met with 6 guards at a restaurant up in Harlem. It was myself, it was Umar, it was Law B, it was Law U Justice, it was Black Sea Champion. We all met with Max Bond, Carlton Brown, and asked them, how do we develop? What is development? How do we develop our site? And they took us through it from knowledge to born. They took us through it. First, you do a title search. Who has the right to build? We did a title search. We found the deed to the site. It was the New York City Department of Finance, 1965. They hold the deed to this day. Number 2, you do a zoning study. What is the site zoned for? What can you build on the site? The site is zoned for community, residential, and commercial. Community space is the school. It could be 100% community space. It could be partly, you could have a small commercial, and you could have residentials on the site. You could do other things, but as of right, that's what it's zoned for. If you want to build anything else there, you have to go before the community board, the borough president's office, and the mayor's office to get approval. It's called the ULO process. So we did the whole science of what it takes to build on the site. I got an architecture firm to work with us. Carlton Brown, the developer, worked with us. And we did what is called a pro forma. We came up with a concept design. We want to have a newer law school on the site. Brand new, state-of-the-art, sustainable, green infrastructure for us. More space than what we have now. We want to maintain our existing building where the father stood and brought us knowledge and taught us supreme mathematics, and that will stay there for the next 100 years
to teach the next generations coming behind us. But around it, we're going to build a large auditorium space like this, but not like this with fixed seating. It'll be a multi-purpose, multi-use, where the seats go into the walls. You can do catering. You can have different types of functions. We'll have a second floor with all classrooms, different types of arts. You can study culinary arts. You can study computer science. So, and then what we have to do, this is what we want for ourselves. How much does the site have to generate in order to build that? In order for us to have that for free, how much else do we have to build? We did a concept design on this, and we had a commercial space down on the ground floor, and above it, residences. That's what it's zoned for. And it determined that with the commercial space and the residences, it was enough to pay for the whole project. This study was done 10 years ago, 2013, when we went through this exercise. But it just proves that the form works. And that's what development is about. Development means is what is the revenue you can generate for what you're building, paying for the cost of construction. And if what you're building can generate the revenue to pay for what the construction cost is, your pro forma works, and you can go to the banks for financing, you can get site control from the city. And we had a meeting with the office, as you all know, like a year ago, it was November last year. And we presented this idea to them. We told them, the guards have this site, went through the whole history, the Olympic, the father, the year we got the site. What we proposed to do, they said, we would be happy to support your idea as long as we meet the needs of the community. And of course, what we're going to build is to meet the needs of the community, because it's going to be focused on school. Why do we have the site is to maintain the school? It's going to be focused on jobs. It's going to be focused on job training. It's going to be focused on educating in new clean technologies. So we have a great opportunity to do that. And that's what our proposal is. Oh, and just today's degree, being knowledge God, right now, we're on 2122 7th Avenue, we have a one-story building. We can take that knowledge to God. We can take that one-story building up to a 7-story building as of right. However, I'm not even advocating 7-story building because we may have to build more in order to get into the performance of work. So we shouldn't limit ourselves on what our vision is. We've retained an architect, or we're in the process of retaining an architect that's going to work with us. We're going to bring the architect and the developer here before the next year. You'll can meet them, ask questions. But they're going to work with us, and we're going to use our intelligence and come up with the best ideas for our site. That what vision do we have that we can project to the city and the world of what God is? God is being supreme. How does that look in a physical building that meets all the needs we have for our youth? That's what I'm trying to do. That's what we're going to work on. Now, the last thing, and I apologize to the True God University of the address nonsense. Because there's a lot of people who are saying lies and innuendos, and just as Solomon said, trying to destroy people's character because they don't like the idea, and they can't attack the idea, so they try to divide and conquer. They start telling lies amongst righteous people, talking righteous people, confusion, fight and kill each other. We know the whole playbook. So this is the words that we heard. That Beloved was involved in the building next door, and money was gotten from the building next door, and people took money, or I don't even know what the story is. Maybe whoever's heard this can come up and say exactly what they're being told. But let me tell you what actually happened. 2007, they were building that site next to the law school, and it was a developer, Ross Jacobs, and I forgot the name of the development firm. It'll come back. But he had a partner, a local developer, Stephen Williams, who was a brother. He was a black developer based in Homes. He knew that I was in the industry working for an engineering firm. they needed to use a piece of our land in order to build their structural foundation. So they reached out to me and said, could they have a meeting with the guards to ask if they could use some of our site? So I grabbed a couple of guards, I grabbed the lobby, and I grabbed Lexi Shandon. And the three of us went to meet with them up in the Harlem State Office building. And they told us what the interest was, that they're building this building next to our site, and could they use a piece of our land while they were doing their construction activities to build that building. So we went back to school, and the guards at the school had a committee, and they met every Saturday. We presented it to them, we came up with a number, how much we felt for them to use our site for, I think it was, we got the exact number of weeks, but so many weeks. They came up with a number, I believe the number was $37,000, that they would have to pay us to use the site. They wrote a check to the Alliance Youth Center in Mecca, and the guards on that committee, I don't know if it was a lobby, it was Umar, he said, what's in the phone, and both of them returned. But the other guards, it was Virtuous, it was Going Black, it was Understanding, it was the Twins, Oxygen Organized, and they were the ones that were on the committee that got the funds.
Shut up,
and
man.
then each week or each month, they would have a certain activity of what are we going to spend the funds on. And these guards, the true living guards, they did that not one penny of that money got misrepresented. And so, you know, to the nation, I thought that we have to go through this, but the guards wanted me to speak about that and just clear that up. So that's the bill. Right now, we have, we're building the infrastructure in order to do the project. I know the guards are going to build in a little while about the finance committee. We got some of the great financial minds in the nation. Earth Chakisha, Dupree, and Abayi, who's in the South, the three of them that formed a financial committee. We're getting assistance for the board of directors of the Alliance Center in Mecca. I'm Majestic out of Pittsburgh, who's the chief of staff, or who was the chief of staff to the mayor of Pittsburgh. He's agreed to join the board and help One Justice and Born Black and Los Angeles start bolstering the skill set of the board in order to handle some of the things we have coming up. So I just wanted to manifest that, and you're going to see this in the upcoming weeks and months, and just wanted to make it on and to answer any of these nonsense questions that amongst us with negativity instead of building righteously and manifesting.
Can't hear you.
My point of view on that is that you not everybody knows, right? We have a policy. How much is policy cost?
$570.
All right. Times 12. Right? And then any other things, any other bit that we have. Right now, we should have had a prefab house. From that prefab house, we could have had a bench going on in there that's going to bring money, which we mentioned by having something else there. It would bring money to us so that now we can build on our own. We don't need the money. I'll let you.
Other people need to
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. There's a lot of questions.
We go ahead.
My point of view, I'm not saying there's nobody, because you know that they're giving out prefab. Hold on, man, hold on. They're giving out prefab houses right now, cheap, that we could have put in the back. And they something be happening right now, even in times when we're not used to it, we can have events that's going on for the children. It's enough space. I took her over here.
the area. And I also, glad, that money can be coming in right now, even with the trucks. Money can be coming in. So I would answer for that. That's okay. The pre-planned process is to build a prefabricated building. It was initially going to be like a metal building. We see it as like the first phase of what the ultimate should be for the site. I don't believe what we're saying. You mean? So I'm just a question. Okay. I don't know if what we're saying is that our ultimate view of the site is to put up a metal building behind the school, and this is what we want to present to the city as our great vision for the site. But what we are going to do as part of this exercise is to see if we can do a first phase. A first phase that just do the multi-story, just do the multi-purpose space, multi-purpose space. But you know what the problem is? Development means is what you're building, can it support, can it pay for what you've built, can it pay for the construction cost? So we're going to vet that. We're going to vet that idea. We're going to have the architect and the developer, and we're going to vet that idea. But really what has to happen, I think what's going to happen is you're going to see that you're going to have to build more revenue generating components of the site in order to pay for it. But real testing, I would love to just build our school and nothing else. We still have to go to the city to get the right to build, but the city already told us. The mayor's office already told us it has to meet the needs of the community. What are the needs of the community? We have large who go to the community board meetings. And you know what some of the needs of the community are. It's education, it's job, it's workforce. So we know what the needs of the community are, but that's the exercise we really go through. And with our supreme intelligence and your supreme intelligence, we are going to come up with the right thing that represents the nation. Praise to the gods of earth.
We made the quota to pay for the power in February. Thank everybody for their donations. We got January paid for, February paid for, so we're ahead of the game.
Speak, God.
God Universal. You ever see Mecca, part of the youth office? You're making this big, there's a lot of things going on. Tell you the truth, I'm not concerned with the building and all the back and forth. We're dealing with the kids. Since we've been in this school, we bring gifts and give away to the babies in the gym. So we want to make knowledge known to everybody to bring a gift for a kid, a toy, anything, bring it straight to the gym, then you can go about, whatever you got to do, whatever purpose you came for. Because how I deal with my lessons is, I use my degrees to draw people in events in accordance with the calendar. So we're dealing with the scribe laws of the person that said ability. If you have that ability, then keep the promise. That's the 23rd degree. Peace. So the promise we made, because we got the ability to build with the youth, and that's what we're doing. Next year's the idea, and we're going to bring that into fruition. Peace.
Hey! Peace. Lord Justice from Medina. Right along with what my brother was saying, not only are we doing something here, but since last year and continuing now, we did doing something in the gym with the babies. So every Sunday, like a born king, he comes out here, he brings his baby, he has something to do for them in the gym. If y'all want to bring them, y'all while y'all in here, we'll take care of them, make sure there's activities being done. And also, if you need more information about us, come talk to us. We've been doing this for over 4 years now. We've been doing the trip to the Poconos over 4 years with babies from Black Medina, now Just, now Why. So we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're doing our duty. If y'all want to add on, if you don't want to be there physically, you want to donate. You got to donate to all these other things. Donate to actually with something that's going on with the babies. Y'all say y'all here for that, so then donate to that. You had a question, guy?
Yes, is this what y'all do every parliament, you're saying that?
It's every parliament like we've been doing since last year.
Nobody
If you've been doing the knowledge to Allah God, you have been, hold on, if you've been doing the knowledge to it, we made knowledge born last year. We've been doing things in front of the school for the last 4 years. Like I said, y'all want to promote and all these other things instead of actually promoting things going on with the babies. We've been doing it. We tried operating out of the law school. That didn't work out. We can go into further detail if you want to know about that. But we've been doing it. All these things y'all say, hey, we need people to step up. We've been doing it. Y'all not paying attention to it. Y'all paying attention to the wrong things. For what? For what? Because y'all give me an answer for everything else, but except for that. Except for doing the right and exact thing, y'all got an answer for that? Y'all say y'all here for that? Y'all say y'all doing the knowledge of Allah God? What did Allah do? He taught the what? Babies. How many of y'all came here with them? Or how many of y'all even walked in the gymnasium yet? But when that food get out, y'all be the first to line up. So if y'all here to say y'all here to do y'all duty, if y'all gonna do that lesson what it says today as a civilized person, there's a bunch of kids in there right now. Ain't none of y'all talk to them. Did y'all? Okay. Thank you. One person answered. Please, y'all.
Okay, peace, move back on.
Peace, my name is Mahdi Allah from Medina. Okay, I'm gonna be really brief because my brother. All right, Tanya, go ahead. Peace.
The question that I have is that I received a text message last night after 9 o'clock about the bigger toy. What stores are open that late to go out and get a toy?
It's okay, next one, Queen. You're gonna get a text message tomorrow about this one.
The knowledge should have been born in the baby at least 2 months before.
Peace, we hope. Oh, facts, now look. Peace, my name is Mahdi Allah from Medina as well.
What was the question, please?
Hold fast. I do the knowledge, right? Today's Supreme Mathematics Knowledge of Allah God, right? Alright, peace. My name is Mahdi Allah from Medina as well, right? Now, I'm 1/5 of the youth office. As my brothers already said, I don't have to echo too much of what they said because all minds is one. Now, to answer the Queen's question, so we have a social media platform. We have our social media. We're on Instagram underneath the 5% Youth Office. All of our events are promoted on that page, and they're also promoted on another page that's also in line with the Youth Office called the 5% Nation page. That's ran by True Born by Allah, and also some of the guys is from here, True, or they call it H Medina, which is Houston, Texas, right? All of our events are promoted on these pages. If everybody is involved in social media, that's where you can see, or some of y'all have our personal mathematics, then we'll be able to send it to y'all. However, this is something that everybody could grasp us in this auditorium right now. Every single parliament, we will be in that gym and we will have activities going on for the babies. I applaud everybody before you leave today, even before you line up to get the food like the guy said, take a trip to the gymnasium and see how it's looking. Peep the scene and see what the babies are doing in it. It should look like that every single parliament. Not just because this is divine equality see, and it's around Christmas time and people celebrating holidays, we got toys. It shouldn't just be like that. Every single parliament. And that responsibility is on all of our shoulders. We're not just putting it on y'all. We're just saying that we're going to be we're committing ourselves to being in the gymnasium every single parliament. And if anybody else wants to add on, you should be arriving here with a child. If it's not your biological child, stop somebody in the street, deal with somebody in the neighborhood, right? And bring them to the parliament because we will have something from there. Whatever's supposed to transpire in here, that doesn't have nothing to do with it. We're going to be in the gymnasium, and y'all can come and see it, stop and see us there, and also get in tune with us so that you'll know our future events, especially in the summertime. We have events that we're going to be doing outside. We have a Poconos retreat that we do every single year. This is going to be actually, what, the 4th year, right? That we've done our Poconos retreat. We've taken young brothers and young sisters as well. However, we specifically want to focus on the young brothers because we don't have adequate help with the sisters. We don't want to, we don't want to mix and mingle with that right now. However, stop by, everybody in this auditorium, stop by the gymnasium and peek inside and see what's going on. It should look like that every single time. Peace. Peace to 5%.
Also, we're a 501c3, we got a bank account with card. One person paid for our Poconos trip last year. One person. We
because they saw what we was doing for the whole 3 years. Talking about, y'all know what that is. Equality Act, 3 ciphers, sent straight to us. We can do that amongst each other, but you know, one person do it, I'm not it. So anytime y'all want to donate, you hit us up. That money is going straight to the youth. We bought a sprinter. We had a house with pool tables, hockey, hot tub. The kids was in the hot tubs and fireworks. The kids that did. We had a private path that came with the house to the lake. We had it in the lake. They had the kayaks. We had it on kayak. They had a speedboat. And the kids went on some donuts and they, you know, we having fun. And we're showing them how it is to be civilized. We're not forcing the teachers on. They're going to hear that from other people around them. They're young and small. Up to 18.
So you're a civilized person, right? It doesn't say knowledge yourself first. It says teach civilization, righteousness, then the knowledge of yourself, right? So we have different aspects of our code that we're also going to be showing improvement in the gymnasium as well. This idea is not from us. This is actually one from the mind of from the land of peace of Baghdad, our bill, right? But we have a mathematics matchup. We have the principles that are written out on plastic boards. And we have crates that are numbered 1 all the way to 9. And the kids are going to be matching them up. So it's not just to have fun and just to come in every single problem you get a toy, you get the walk away, and then you wait for the next one. No, we want to send them away with aspects of our culture, right? So that's what I say. Everybody please stop by the gymnasium and check out what's going on over there.
Takes all the monetary donations.
Peace to God's nerve. Coming right there, I be laws mathematics. Office of Cultural Management. It's going to be Office of Google Scholarship Program. In collaboration with Afro-American collaborators. Milestone in our mission to form the first community. We are proud of the scholarship for Google. Work opportunities for community members to enhance education and their prospects. Our efforts focus on physical, financial, human, social, and spiritual development, with particular emphasis on human and financial development. In the digital age, acquiring digital skills is essential. That's the age that we're in right now. We're in the digital age. This skills are essential for you to be able to have any form.
I always exist. Let me repeat myself again. I am the universe. I always exist. I am the mind. Nobody met me. As far as ancestors concerned, all our ancestors have positive energy and negative energy. That's the reason God and earth, we have to take the best part from our ancestors and leave the worst part alone. I want to share with you something. The slave master, white Yaakov and black Yaakov, kidnapped my ancestor from a continent today called Africa, not in Asia. As a matter of fact, all the 6 continents, all the knowledge we don't understand they have came from that continent or today called Africa.
dropped my ancestor in the next country today called Haiti. Black Yaakov, white Yaakov, kidnapped my ancestor and dropped him in island for Haiti. They enslaved us. If you know a little bit about history, you know that Haiti was the first country who freed himself by cutting all Yaakov had. Today what I'm doing is to cut the devil head inside my mind. Not physical. In 1804, it was physical. Now today, what is on my mind? Nobody can stop me to cut Yaakov head in my mind. I don't need nobody else for that. Family, please be patient. Look, when I was 14, 13 years old, I didn't know nothing about black history. Because we got to understand, all over the planet Earth, even in Africa, in the Caribbean, we accept white Yaakov come with their doctrine, with their religion, with their God, to enslave our mind. So we have strayed away from our black history. When I was 13, 14 years old, the only thing I was to see in the movie about the greatest continent called today Africa is savagery. Savagery. I was to see, let's say, things like Tarzan, going to Africa, that, you know, fighting, beating, whatever. And then we show you the African as savage. So we all, in the Caribbean, we develop what we call an inferiority complex toward that country. Now, I was so far away from myself at that age that when I used to do something, kicking a ball, or do something, I used to say, I'm a white man. Do you hear what I'm saying, white? I was so disconnected with my black history. When I did something good, whatever I did good, I said, I'm a white man. I come from far away. Very far away. Today, I know a little bit about my blackness. Today, I find out that my history, the continent I come from, civilized everybody, all the 6 continents. Mathematics, geometry, algebra, philosophy, everything came from us. It's on YouTube now. If you check the YouTube, it's on YouTube. Even the white scientists admit it. Even the white scientists today admit that we are their father and mother that came from us. We have the potential to
be the great destination today. We have the potential. We have the potential to be the great destination today. God and earth, please don't take nothing and face value. Everything got to be growing up. That's why we blessed with the mathematics to grow up everything from knowledge to God. We are not religious. We are not Muslim. Religious people don't grow up what we given to them from knowledge to God. Even what we given to them, even it exists or do not exist, they have to accept it. They got to go according to that religion, to that doctrine, to that belief. But it's not us. If we read something yesterday, I'll give you an example. If they said something about Moses, right? We got to show that Moses from knowledge to God. We said there ain't no mystery God. Who that Moses spoke to a mystery God? Could God give Moses 10 commandments? We said there ain't no mystery God. How come we have mystery God who will give him the 10 commandments? Who the man called Jesus spoke to his father? We said there ain't no mystery God. And there was nobody on the planet Earth called Moses. There was no slavery and killing. There was nobody on the planet Earth. I'm coming here to keep cool. I got to say, my name is born. God means to bring something into what? Existence. What happened in conflict, even if I get the heart, even I don't have the heart. The letter J did not exist for a man to be called Jesus. All those names come from the slave master, the blood suckers who enslaved our ancestors. The Muslim enslaved us way before Christianity that give us Allah. The Christian, the white devil from the earth, enslaved us when they took up their chain, they gave us Jesus. Another for us to take a step to another level. We got to draw up all that came from that given to us. Many people have a special respect for those books called Holy Quran and Bible. God and earth
to teach. What the Holy Point teach, what they teach. Don't they teach about the mystery God? They don't teach about you got to die to go to see God. So those books come from bloodsucker, slave master. But oral history and those books though, this is a black history, those bloodsucker took and plagiarized. And put them in their book. When they enslaved people, giving to them to conceal the truth and live in God, who is the Son of Man. Those books were given to us to conceal the truth that we are God. That's why the slave master gives it to us everywhere, the ancient house. We are the supreme mathematics. That's why we made the supreme mathematics and the alphabet to draw up everything from knowledge to gold. Every cipher that we did, so we be able to see it with the third eye, which is the mind. Sun travel 1,000 feet per second. Light travel only 86,000 miles per second, but the fastest force in the universe is what? Is the mind. When I was born, I saw black baby with the pain and the more. Black baby, I love baby. Nobody can touch me. I am the energy. Nobody can take me out. I am the energy. Everywhere I go, everywhere, what I'm saying, I make it born. The same way I make it born to you. Everywhere. And that's the only thing I speak in the first place. Everywhere. A lot of times I got the earth and this is something else I got to say. See, the devil used a supreme mathematics. He used knowledge before wisdom. That's why he's successful. But being universal truth, it is the 85% wisdom knowledge. But he himself, he used knowledge before wisdom. But it is the mass of the people wisdom knowledge. We got to make that little deal. I don't see God on earth to have no hobby. I have no hobby. I get high and speaking mathematics. I don't drink. I don't eat no meat, no flesh. I don't smoke no reefer. I don't sniff no cocaine. God, the food, earth, the food we eat, we have to drop everything from knowledge born before we put it in our mouth. See, I can just take our mind, I can just take our brain, I can just take our blood. We don't need no drug to be happy. I'm happy. Right now when I'm finished, I'm gonna just myself. I don't need no drug. And by the way, for those who are making salsa, many people we say Spanish. That's wrong. Salsa comes from Congo.
Tell the history, tell it.
The salsa comes from Congo. That's why when they enslaved our ancestors for African today, they took it to Cuba. The slave took it to Cuba. Anything with drum came from us. All the instruments in salsa came from the continent called Africa today. So the salsa music comes from us. From Cuba, they took it to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico speed it up. And more but it came from us. By the way, everything came from us in the first place. Everything came from us. You said peace, God and earth. The lesson I have to share with you. Show up everything from now on. Don't take nothing and say goodbye. Because remember that it was a higher consciousness, right? We were vibrating from way back that manifests the physical universe. It was a higher consciousness, awareness. Today, it's a low consciousness that gets us the way we are. So what we have to do right now, Captain Earth, what I'm doing is to raise my consciousness. And a very important thing too, I almost forgot to say, I'm learning to activate knowledge before wisdom. And my physical degree is built on the sweat understanding. I'm learning to activate knowledge before wisdom. I'm learning. This is something we have to learn. Because we can't disconnect it from activating knowledge before wisdom. So now I'm learning to activate knowledge before wisdom. Family, I see you in the mind. Peace.
I was going to say peace to the firstborn of Medina and Allah first, but I'm going to give praises to born God first. Because this is what I learned from the firstborn that I didn't know, and the brothers that weren't firstborn, that were first fruit, and those that came after them. And he exemplified what this is about. When you deal with the knowledge of God, you're dealing with the reality of here and now. Some people confuse my name and they define it as the awaited one. I am not the awaited one. I am then he comes back up and corrects himself. That's the respect God affords God. We let you put your foot all the way in your, you know what, and then give it to you one-on-one, and then you come as a whole man still, not being belittled by somebody that claims to be your brother. Because the only way to get to 7 is through 6, but that equality is like bewildering to a lot of our brothers. They get lost in that shit. And it is something that's ugly, the kind of relationships you see in this day and time. Part of the reason that I give praises to my brother Born God is because my earth, who he raised, gave me 5 babies. She's in this country because of him. So it's even more personal to me. Like I came up here because I got a text today. I'll read this text. It's really short.
You weren't the only one.
But it's so appropriate to what my brother just said. And today being the Medina Anniversary Parliament, it's so important for the truth to be given pure and uncut. Because Medina, we got the raw. But this is my brother Knowledge Everlasting, who's actually from New Jersey, but has a mindset from Medina, like they say nowadays, Medina Rudy. But he said, please, today's Parliament Sunday at the root, hopefully somebody's actually kicking some signs that has actual magnetic attraction. As long as the word is empty, so shall them damn seats be. Give the young something to aspire to rather than something to dread. Nobody wants to grow old and be an effort. Yet, so many have come to accomplish just that. We were instructed to take the best part. Yet, far too many did not pick the complete opposite. Our big brothers didn't force any of their BS on any of us. Many chose that, and he lived to regret. Regardless to what lies they spew plainly otherwise. Now is the time, this time should be used wisely to rectify rather than be a rector. Allah is the God, always has been, always will be. Peace. Here's my brother Knowledge Everlasting. And I came here, I already had a plan to speak since putting together a Son of Man. You know, I even had my shirt with the first one on the day. So you better understand that these basic things ain't it. And while we up here being divisive over how somebody built or somebody quote a lesson, you better understand that Allah's knowledge unites us. That's the best knowledge. The worst knowledge, that belongs to the devil, and that divides us. The poor knowledge, that's that, we don't even care about that. We keep the best part preserved for ourselves. That's the biggest proof of you're the original man. If you're the original man, you ain't sweating the bullshit because you kept the best part preserved for yourself. Because those that ain't miss that meaning. Including the Caucasian white. He wasn't there. He was placed somewhere. And a lot of y'all is just like that. You weren't there, you missed the meeting, and now you're somewhere and you're struggling to get out. And the only way to do that, like the God said, take everything from knowledge to born, and a step beyond that, so that that knowledge can add a cipher. And then that knowledge can pierce the cipher and bring knowledge, which is word is born. And that's how what? You learn to activate what he's speaking about, the knowledge before the wisdom. You got to understand that the wisdom came from 1 and 1. Then you can see 1 and 2. It's simple mathematics. It's so much more than, like I said, I came up here to build about, but my brother so eloquently stated it. Then I'm going to say peace. And if I remember by next month, I get invited to the Son of Man, or I'll come up here and drop it again. But I really want us to understand the reality of what is. We are at a point where people want to come up here and ask for a vote. People want to come up here and go back and forth. And it shows such disunity because you guys didn't have a meeting before this. This is for you to come and present the idea. It is not for you to come and discuss the idea. And if two people that see each other, like my brother Virtuous, who gave me knowledge of self, spent, I don't know how many months ago at a parliament. If I see you once a month, how you my brother? This is for the universe, a universal parliament. I see my brother in my house. He called a check on me every day. My brother's the one that when he can't reach me, he knows who I talk to every day. He's like, wait up. Hey, yo, what's up? I ain't talked to him. I've been 3 days and he didn't answer his phone. No, wait up. He was with Avon yesterday. Call him. Yo, Avon, yeah, he put his earth. Pay his earth. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Or call his son. But that's going to be the idea because once you won, the network is there. Ain't no division. But we up here discussing ideas and not trusting the best knower. Because there's people that come up here and show and prove they're the best knower just by what they say. Yeah, we all know mathematics. But there's different levels of mathematics, like God said. Arithmetic, geometry, algebra, what's the other one? Trigonometry, and it goes on. There's too many of our brothers that got caught up with addition. And they forgot about multiplication. But it goes way beyond that. We have whole formulas to be able to build, to construct a pyramid. You know the kind of mathematics our people have? There's people still saying aliens did that. Because they can't fathom common folk understanding that kind of mathematics. But all that high science is based on 1 to 9. That's the reality of it. It's understanding that space that we call nothingness is not empty. But we attribute it to emptiness. But if you have tools that let you see beyond what the naked eye can detect, you will see atoms and protons and neutrons, you see dust particles, you see all kinds of things in this space we call nothing. So that's how knowledge was born of knowledge. Because knowledge came and said, I am. And then the elements of that knowledge that was separated in the atmosphere to find this that you couldn't detect, the knowledge was there, came together and said, I'm here too. And that's how there was two. Knowledge. And then once that knowledge started saying, I'm here too, it became two. It was no longer one because it claimed its own identity. It had its own ideas. You know what I'm saying? There's no difference between the black and the brown. There's no difference between the brown and the yellow. Everybody has to master everything in 6 in their own lives. And the only way to do that is to give yourself time to contemplate. Understand that when we say wisdom is something, you know, that you experience, and that's how you get wise, I'm going to tell you right now, that's not an intelligent person's way of getting wisdom. Right? Because there are things that's life or death, you only get one shot. So if you need to go through that to find out what it's about, then that's on you. But I can learn from others' mistakes. I can contemplate and figure things out without having to go through the fire. And that's where the real understanding is. They say that it is experience is the best teacher for a reason, because a hard-headed is so fast, for lack of a better word. But in all reality, it's just because they're good seeds and they're bad seeds. The Lord had 2 sons. You know what I'm saying? There's one that listened and one that didn't. You want to be tested. And for lack of a better word to me, that's how God made devil. The one that had to prove the shit. He wasn't just happy with what it is. He had to be himself. And I don't knock that. That's why God and devil work hand in hand. Because in this existence, it's about duality. We learn from the 2 extremes. You don't really know love till you know hate. You don't know cold till you know hot. But I know when it's time for me to get off the platform. I've said what I came to say. My brother Palmgard said it in a way that I really felt like not even getting up. You know what I'm saying? But reading Medina's anniversary, right? First born in Mecca. Now right? 17. Black Met and ABG. ABG came down to see his main man, dropped it on him, the Mac came down, and was like, oh, you talking about Allah? You talking about Son of Family? And that completed our teachings. You know what I'm saying? They brought us up here, and then, you know, then we had to go. It took years. Brothers, like the brother said, I'm 83, and I'm still learning. And that's what Medina has to learn. Yeah, you learn your lesson, so what? We got work to do. And that's the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So we all here, we all trying to do better by learning better. You know what I'm saying? Using the word try, sometimes it's self-defeating, but if that person don't succeed, try and try again. That's what I can tell you. Consistency is king. And paying attention, and having a partner outside the site and paying attention as well, will take you a long way. Peace. Hey. Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. The Son of Man, I give it out for free. The reason that I'm selective when I give it out is because I create it for the young. When I come in, people start asking me for it. I make 100 or 120 copies. Each issue costs me around $7 to print, depending on how many pictures and the colors and all this stuff. So don't take it personally that I walk around my bag and I may walk by you. If you look older than me, especially if I don't even know you, it's nothing personal, believe me. We have a PDF that you can get easily. I make this for the children because, like the brother Nas Everlasting said, we need to give them something to aspire to. You got to teach them how to find wisdom in this overflood of information that's out there. The knowledge is at their fingertips. Back in the days, brothers were trying because you heard a brother saying something, and you're like, well, I got to find out about it. Now they hear you say it, they even got to talk to you. They record them on their phone, make a video of you, go up here and Google it. They got this shit called fact checker. And they'll check it. You full of shit or not, straight up. But I digress. Peace. Hey, come on, bring
Peace, y'all. Who I be? The Supreme Mathematics of Law. Peace to the family. Happy anniversary to Medina. Also happy anniversary to Mecca, because it wouldn't have been Medina if it wasn't for Mecca. Where the knowledge and wisdom of the original man, Almighty God came to Harlem, New York, and brought it to the firstborn, and those firstborns brought it to 14 born, and that became the 23 minds. That gave us what we have, is what I have inside of me, which is Supreme Mathematics. A blessed name. I didn't ask for this name. I was blessed with it. And when I came into existence in this knowledge, I was knowledge wisdom years old. I'm power of God today. Been through resurrection of my mind, been through everything that God said he didn't do, did it, done it, and come back and tell you how to recover from it. Because one of the things we have to teach the babies is how to recover from what they do when they don't build to be born. It's one thing to sit here and continue to tell us that we're going to save the baby, but what are we saving them with? We send them into the school systems who deprogram them from their parents and then institute seeds in them to teach them that mathematics is about economics, which it is, but it's really about correcting your mindset. Knowledge is a body of accumulated facts. So when you accumulate facts, you create God. Because God is in an energy based on facts. And we found out, and when I found out that black man was God, it did something to me. It took out that misconception that the school system and my parents were teaching me. They weren't bad people. They just was miseducated. They was led in the wrong direction. Taught to eat the wrong kind of what? Foods. And food is not what you put in your mouth. Food is what you're taught to think, to believe. And then you go out into the world and you see everybody celebrating holidays and doing what you see them doing, you conform or you feel different. And when I got down to self from Medina, I felt different. Especially going home telling my family that I was God. That was a no-no. I got kicked out of doors. Beaten, stripped, exiled, endorsed family building because I went against the grain. But I had to, because I had to come get my brother. I had to come save my own firstborn to the family. And then being firstborn to the family, I had to come back and get it from the firstborn from both cities. All the cities. So it's a blessing to be born from Medina, because Medina taught me how to be a warrior. Because the people I had to deal with back then were not Bloods and Crips. It was Zulu Nation. Outlaws, tomahawks, Johnny Stompers. So gangs always existed in our world, culture. Because this culture itself is based on crime and destruction. And Nas and myself freed me from that destruction and set me on a path to education. And that education changed my reality. So no matter what I went through in life, I was always able to rely on this knowledge to save me from it. Because Supreme Mathematics, the first letter in it is S. We say we take everything from knowledge to born. Right there in the word is knowledge to born. And then it takes you up. And it ends in the last two letters, which is me. And nobody can be you but you. And no one should doubt nobody because they don't have what we got. We here to save the world. Mathematics, the word math, M-A-T, is mentioned twice in the word mathematics. Knowledge, knowledge. Master lost truth. I see myself in that truth. And mathematics is life. Life is mathematics. And supreme mathematics is the highest living form of life. And that's how I got to be God. Because I see my highest self, not my lowest self. And I went to a black seed and asked him for knowledge, and he sitting right in the room. My first group, Ashimala. And that's my family tree. That's how I got into Medina, from the firstborn baby in this nation. And one thing he told me, he said, you're a black seed, you do too much talking. So I had to do a whole lot of listening to get up here and speak. Because what I have to say is not just about me, it's about us. That's the Jesus I was taught. When it was just about us. Allah and just us. Being a reward to each other and checking each other when we was out of order to be on point, to be right and exact. So supreme mathematics is a great thing. But it don't mean anything if we're not going to apply it to nothing. So I'm going to apply it to some today. So some of the things I heard I got to address. A law school in Mecca, they're talking about a canopy or storage house. I'm a real estate investor. And the first real estate I invested in was myself, so I had to get the knowledge. And I asked Sahib, firstborn Sahib, God, why didn't the Father give us certain things such as the real estate? He said he did. He said, but they were not ready for it. One, they wasn't old enough, and two, if you gave them money, they were sport what? Play with it. And we know real estate brings about a lot of crime, because people get money and they lose track of what the Father really was trying to get us prepared for, when we would have to get out of this building and get something we can call our own. And in the process of trying to get your own, you're going to go through struggle because you got so many different minds trying to do so many different things, but the basic, simple reality of real estate starts with education. So let's talk about this education, about this canopy. The God mentioned earlier about zones. He mentioned also about how to deal with people who know how to deal with the design and development. But as a real estate investor, the first thing I want to know is appraisal. How much is the appraisal for? And how can I use other people's paper, money, to get that done? Not coming and begging my nation for something, even though we are responsible for it, but how to use the system that's already in place to give it to you. I don't know how much the school pays for, but I know it's in the millions. And I can tell by the developments that I've been walking through the community that the other properties have given it even more value because they developed.
So when one develops next door to you, it forces your property to have value, but you have to first go in and realize that value. So how you get to that value? By appraisal. Now we say in our lessons that the earth is approximately covered underwater. Right, that's approximate, but that approximate has value. Because it has 6 what? Trillion tons. And usually followed by 21 cycles. So when we deal with the weight of what something weighs and how it's categorized, when it's appraised, it's either residential or commercial. That's a commercial property around the corner. But it has a distinctive definition, which is called special purpose. Meaning the deed that runs with that land that the God said is owned by this bank had a special purpose when they bought it. And when they bought it, they are going to transfer that deed ownership based on the value of the appraisal to allow others to come in and build on it. So since we're in the business of knowledge God, we know we have to appraise the plans. So appraisals is done in everything we do. So the first thing we got to do is appraise the value of the land. See what the land is worth. Because the property runs with the land. That's called appurtenance. Appurtenance. Right. That's when the property runs with the land. So as the land value goes up, the property value goes up. And commercial property is weighed differently from residential. But since this particular property that we own has the potential to be a multiple-use commercial property, which is similar to the one next door to it, that's why that appraisal is so important. Because the appraisal got to be compared to a subject property and 3 other different properties versus highest and best use. Low to the highest. That's why we take everything from now to going. Now, once we get that appraisal, and we know how much the land and the property is worth, then we can go back to the architects and engineers and designers who work for a living to create the ideal and the vision that the father seen it being when it was more than just what it was then. But nobody didn't see that picture because they wasn't ready for it. And then when you're dealing with real estate, you got to be ready, willing, and able to get it done. Can't keep talking. Because people want to take it from you because they know the value of it. So once we get the property appraised, then we can go back to the real estate agents, the brokers, all our investors in here, and get everybody together and sit down and come up with a sound economical plan because we have an actual document that relates to real estate to build on. Now, as an investor, once I get that real estate appraisal, what I do with that appraisal then is see what's the best and highest use. Me, speaking on a commercial level, that's not the best and highest use because I'm looking to increase the value. So I need a solid structure. Knowledge is the foundation. So that foundation, whatever that structure sits on, I'm going to compare that. I have to pay power building. I'm going to compare it to the residential building that have multi-purpose use with stores underneath it. And I'm going to look at the survey and say, look, this property best and highest use would be to actually build something on the land, concrete, on something that will give it value equal to other value or in higher value. Because Supreme Mathematics says take it to the highest what? Value. Now we create wealth. We took the poor out of the lesson. We also created a legacy of wealth for the babies to inherit that wealth. And that goes for all of the schools and every other property that we got situated in any part of this United States and all over the world. That's the name of the game. Now, once we get that appraisal, we have the property structure, the foundation. I say we build something similar to what we already have. And go as high as you can go. And then have it reappraised from the appraisal that you did already. So there's 3 forms to appraisal. There's a sales approach, there's a cost approach, and there's an income approach. The sales approach is when you're going to fix the property up off of what we call in our line of business, ARV, after repair value. Then we will be able to sell that property off as I was speaking to my sister when I came and asked about a 1031 exchange, and take away the tax event that will be incurred, so we can go get something bigger than that, or invest it into other things. Following the 8 points around the flag, you get billed, but when the currency is sitting still, is not moving, you don't see no circulation, so you have to make the money circulate. Because putting it in the bank is not going to do us no good. We got to reinvest that money. That's the sales approach. The income approach is when the property has a storefront and property on top of it, and that's bringing in rent, revenue. And revenue minus expenses equals net operating income. When you have net operating income, revenue, and you can overcome the expenses, now you have cash on cash to build, and you also have equity to build. That's the income approach. Because income is what we all go to work for. Income is why we invest in. Income is why we out here trying to get money every day, so we can invest in something tangible and turn that tangible asset into something that can be liquid. And turn that liquid into infinity liquid, because mathematics is infinite. It don't end. All you gotta do is keep putting zeros behind that 21 cycle and keep going. It's gonna be what you can have in your bank account, or what we can put into insurance company. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. Now, the cost approach, that's what the God was going about. What it's going to take to get the revenue or get the money raised up to fix the property up, or to put something on there so that it will give us back the value of the land. That's the building materials. That runs along with the ARV I'm speaking about. That you can present to the bank, a private money lender, or to the nation. And then we can begin to ask those who have money in the nation to be stakeholders, to give us a loan or loan some money that they're getting from this nation, like I'm planning on doing, so that we can get the project done at a set period of time and no limit. How long would that take? Not long, if we move fast. If we get together, we can make that happen in 2024. By next show and prove, we can have that project up. But we got to form a real estate committee. We got to form an education committee. We got to form a transportation committee. We got to form an engineering committee. We got to form so many different committees in order for us to have those 8 points circulating with the economical plan, so that we can be the model to all the other regions. Then come back at a master university parliament regional conference and see what we have accumulated, that body of accumulated money in a factual form, so now we can go and buy land that we call our own. Plain and simple. It don't take that long. It doesn't take us 55 years to do that. It took us to stop doing some of the things that we're doing backwards and stop arguing with each other to agree to do these things. I hope I made that clear. Because that's the first thing we're going to have to do. Appraise that property. Now, going into some other things that the God spoke about, which is babies inside the lunchroom. Babies are wealth. But 50% of Americans, especially poor people, have no insurance. And most of us think insurance is like what they teach about this mystery God, that you gotta get it when you die. That is totally wrong. Insurance has a death and a life benefit to it. And if we as a nation took the money, 1031, into, like I was asking my sister, into an insurance policy that has cash value, we will now become the bank. Yaqub had banks in the Island Patmos. That's right. It was called a blood bank. That's right. Blood is worth money. Why do you think they took our father? Because it's worth more dead than alive. But they couldn't kill the babies. Because he knew that we will eventually get it. And we will take his blood and put it quiet in our hands. And go back into the system and take back what they took from us. in a righteous way. So insurance policies can be used as banks because they have two great values to them. Well, many of them have two great values to them. You can borrow against it, have paid back a small interest depending on where you go to, and then on top of it, you can leverage that bank because the money, the insurance policy, you can use the insurance policy and leverage that insurance policy because it is getting what we call compound interest. So for those of us who have insurance policies, when you deal with the premium, that's the death benefit. But when you deal with the PUA, which is paid up additions, those paid up additions are the cash value. And when the policy is designed the right way, it will pay back compound interest even if you borrow against it. And it doesn't require you to do a credit check. But if you go to the bank, they're going to want all this information to give you a loan on top of what they're already doing, which is what they're doing. They're borrowing from insurance policy, which is what my sister spoke about, and the understanding money. That's right. Bank-owned life insurance. Right, so nation business, the devil gives them nothing. But he did give you something. He gave you the information. He gave you the knowledge. He just tricked it up because he only wanted the 10% or the 1% to have access to it. But once we tap in and come in as a nation, we do a census of everybody in this nation, including our babies. Our babies are our insurance policy to the wealth of our future. Now we can go take that policy and buy buses, small property, storefronts, land, water, farms, agriculture, because all that is commercial real estate. But it starts with that one piece of real estate that we got around the corner and throughout the regions. So again, real estate, commercially speaking, lining up with insurance is a great tool to get out of the conditions that we are in as a nation. That's Supreme Mathematics speaking that to me. Why? Because I tested it, and I studied it, and I took all this time away from my home to come back home to make sure I took it from knowledge to bone, so that the knowledge of that cipher is no longer a mystery in any of our minds. Now we are responsible for the knowledge that comes from it. And if we don't act on it, then justice won't be on us. Because the truth has been told. Residential has a recourse, which means if we put residential property on that property, we'll be able to come back and, if there's any latent defects or any plumbing or anything going on, we'll be able to come back. But the commercial side is risky. That's why we have to study the commercial side of building. Because once you master the commercial side, it is an income generator in all aspects. Nobody here will be homeless. Nobody will have to be in a shelter. We will have multiple properties set up throughout the land for everybody that goes through something in life and somebody that want to make something out of their life economically. You can come right up in here, and we got bankers, we got investors, we got real estate agents, we got engineers, we got everybody in the house. They got to do things in a committee fashion because everything takes time for one thing to talk to the other to get the whole entire design financially to manifest the product that we want to see in the very near future. Understand the born again one before. It tells me you hope to see that day. Now I'm bring on something else. Food. Food is our medicine. Going to these hospitals during COVID and all this stuff that they planted in us, that was intentionally done to divide us economically, divide us socially, and to divide us up on the new scheme of their new destruction. Wildfires. On October the 4th, October 11th, every one of you who had a cell phone on got a text message. Why? Because the CDC, going back to that Sleepy Joe Biden thing, the central bank digital currency all work together with the CDC, wanted to keep track of us. So by planting that germ in us, putting this thing in us, it was a way for them to turn on the Wi-Fi's inside of us. So if you got the COVID shot, and you had your cell phone on, you got to turn